Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
Throwing strikes, being efficient with our pitches, making those routine plays, and having a great approach at the plate. So I'm just keeping things simple and just building up that team chemistry as much as possible, I think, will help you win some games.
1-2. Swing and a miss as the Sodbusters strand the bases loaded to keep this a tie game.
This one is bounced back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes Printer around third.
Our fans recognize that, and they know that it's a family atmosphere at our place, and that's what we like.
To the left side and through for a base hit. The go-ahead run scores as Jensen delivers once again.
This one, the lightest of light hits. He gets an RBI single.
I think it's just a great experience, getting kids from all over the country to come in and play together.
Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
Good Friday to you. Happy weekend. Welcome to Duncan Field. Hope you're not sick of us yet. For the 5th day in a row, Sodbuster Baseball is here at Duncan Field, where we wrap up our brief 2-game series with the Fremont MOO. 5 games in 5 days, 2 more tomorrow, and 1 on Sunday. The Sodbusters are getting their money's worth, for lack of a better term, here in the summer season. And at this stretch of games this week, it is all hands on deck. And what a wacky week of baseball we have had. We've had Sodbusters winning while getting no hit through 7 innings. We've had opposing coaches getting thrown out. We've had Fremont doing Fremont things. And, man, if you haven't been here, welcome in, and we're a pleasure to have you here this evening. Ryan Valenta joining you. Steve Stein is here with me as well. We will have our usual Sodbuster Spotlight in just a few moments before we get things kicked off ahead of this 6:35 start time between Fremont and Hastings. The Sodbusters falling in last night's game. They had their 6-game win streak snapped versus Fremont as they got the 6-4 victory, and Fremont snapped their 6-game losing streak. So a few streaks end last night. We'll see if we can reset them again and get the Sodbusters on the winning track. It's an important game and an important series for the rest of the weekend, as this is crunch time. 4 days remain, well, I guess technically 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, until the first half of the Independence League season is over, and the winner of that league the winner of the first half will capture a spot for sure in the Independence League Championship at the end of next month. The Casper Spuds sit 3 games in first place. The Sodbusters right behind them in second place. Unfortunately, the Sodbusters are on the ropes here. They need to win out the rest of the weekend, and Casper needs to lose out the rest of their weekends. If the Sodbusters are able to pull a miracle and somehow capture this first half Independence League title, it's going to be tough because Casper is playing the Plainsmen tonight, who they absolutely destroyed last night. And then they take on the second worst team in the league, the Oahe Zap, on Saturday and Sunday. So, Sodbuster fans, you are Plainsmen and Zap fans for the weekends. Of course, as your usual Sodbuster duties as well. But that is the case right now. Hastings and Fremont battling here in just a few minutes. We'll have our next Sodbuster Spotlights. I visit with Drew Vega of Arkansas Tech, where he tells us all about his Sodbuster summer experience and a little bit of a wacky game and an unusual game and a situation he had last night. Buster Spotlight coming up after this.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
Our next episode of the Sodbuster Spotlight features one of the rock-solid middle infielders in the Sodbuster squad. Drew Vega, Arkansas Tech Wonder Boy, joins us now. And after tonight's game, Drew had more excellent plays on defense. I want to highlight that first. I mean, you, Josh Printer, Dino Morales have all been really good. You're making plays, diving everywhere. How about your defense, and how do you make it look so easy out there?
Well, I had a friend at Tech named Marcos, and I learned a lot from him, so I try and do what he does. He played here.
Yes, he did.
Marcos Cabranes, or however you say his last name. So
yep.
Learned a lot from him, so I try and do that.
He's you guys are called the Wonder Boys. I talked to him last year. He was nicknamed a Superboy at the end. So you and Marcos good friends back at Arc Tech?
Yes, we are.
And you have a lot of Arc Tech guys on the team too, and you get to play a lot of them. Getting to play in a central Nebraska, and you haven't been to Nebraska before, have you?
Only driven through it.
All right, so you get to play with some of your friends. Just talk about your overall experience so far in the summer and what it's been like playing ball in central Nebraska.
I've really enjoyed it. I think it's been pretty fun. Having all these guys here that I've known or played with makes it a lot easier to kind of get to meet people and just play the game, I guess.
And this has been an excellent homestand for you. 6 straight hits now and consecutive contests. A really big hitting streak for you. Offensively and defensively, just what are you seeing at the plate right now in your at-bats?
I just try and attack early fastball as much as I can and hope I get a good swing on it.
And after tonight's game, Thursday's game, had a little bit of an incident I can't say we've had before. Drew got plowed over by the field umpire trying to cover on a bunt. Talk about that experience and what happened on that play.
Yeah, I've never had that happen before. I was trying to cover first. I was like, I got bag, and then just bam, I smoked him and got laid out.
So you never saw him coming?
No, I never saw him coming at all.
Did umpire say anything to you afterwards?
Yeah, he said he was sorry and shouldn't have been there, pretty much.
A very rare happening here at Duncan Field. Well, tell us about Arkansas Tech. Like we said, you've got some Wonder Boy teammates here. I didn't get to play for your freshman season, but just what are you looking? Are you looking to go back to Ark Tech, and just what are you looking to improve on this summer here?
I was just trying to get as many at bats as I can and just see how good I can get, I guess, and just see if I can compete for a spot at Tech.
And exactly maybe on the field or at the plates, just a specific adjustments, anything specific you're looking to adjust here this summer?
Just trying to put more good swings on the balls and see how many times I can hit barrel.
All right, so another year at Arc Tech for you. Let's talk about the education side. What are you studying, and what do you hope to get out of your education down in Arkansas?
I'm studying health and exercise science, and I really don't know what I want to do quite yet.
Any dream job? If you could snap your fingers and be anything right now, what would it be?
Probably an athletic trainer or something like that.
But we talk about your athletic career and your education career at all. Just tell us about that hometown, Dardanelle, Arkansas. You just told me it's a little bit smaller than here. Just what's that town like compared to Hastings? Just what's the hometown look like for you? What do you do there?
I don't do much. A lot of people go and sit in parking lots and hang out. But there's a town just a little bit bigger than this right next to it, so that's where most people spend their time.
Hobbies here so far this summer season? You've had just about a little over a month here now. Just what have you been doing when you're not here at Duncan Field with your teammates here?
Baseball, a lot of card games, watching that, working out, anything.
Let's talk about professionals. We asked some of the guys. You have a professional team, professional sports athlete. Doesn't have to be baseball. Any teams or players that you like to follow in the professional?
Not really. I mostly just stick to college baseball, watching that. I like watching the Hogs play and any SEC team.
Tell us about your staying spot here. Who are you staying with, teammates and your host family, and just what's it like spending the summer a little bit far away from home?
I'm staying with the Nelsons, Kelly and Lane and all them. Staying with Leo, our teammate. He's from Tech too, so it's kind of cool having to know somebody, and it's been pretty fun. I like it.
That's Drew Vega. He's a rock-solid guy at second base for the Sodbusters. You've been listening to the Sodbuster Spotlights. We'll see you next time.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Welcome back to Duncan Field, where we are just getting ready for first pitch between Fremont and your Hastings Sodbusters. Let's bring you now our starting lineups presented to you by Quality First. Batting leadoff and playing center field for Fremont is Josh Blunt. Batting second and playing right field is Wyatt Yetter. Batting third, doing the designated hitting, is Cooper Fuccino. Batting fourth and playing shortstop is Steven Espinoza. Batting fifth and catching is Grant Nodelman. Batting sixth and playing first base is Carson Burnett. Batting seventh at third base is Isaac Bonner. Batting eighth in left field is Cole Fowler. And batting ninth and playing second base is Connor Peterson. Logan Anderson will be on the mound for the Fremont MOO. Blunt, Yetter, Fuccino, Espinoza, Nodelman, Burnett, Bonner, Fowler, Peterson, and Anderson on the bump. Your starting lineups for the Hastings Sodbusters. Leading off and playing second base is Drew Vega. Batting second and playing shortstop, Josh Prinner. Batting third, playing right field, Cale Jensen. Batting fourth, playing third base, Dino Morales. Batting fifth and playing left field, Ryan Jarvis. Batting sixth and playing first base is Yamato Sato. Batting seventh and designated hitting is Tyler Welsh. Batting eighth and doing the catching is Nathan Massar. And batting ninth and playing center field is Alexiel Delgado. Dalton Juden will get the start on the mound for the Hastings Sodbusters. It's Vega, Prinner, Jensen, Morales, Jarvis, Sato, Welsh, Massar, and Delgado with Juden on the bump. It's going to be a game today, Steve. Can't say the exact term because we don't know exactly what kind of game, but all I can think about is all of those free passes last night and just everything that the Sodbusters gave Fremont. And heck, got to give the Busters credit. They still almost pulled off a miracle. Not too many games you walk 13 batters and hit 3 batters and leave 13 men on base on offense and only lose by 2 and only allow 6 runs, as a matter of fact. So it really all starts with Dalton Juden. He's a guy who he throws strikes, he throws it over the plate, and he can throw a lot of pitches. So we just got to have him in a good start today. But curious to see what both teams have today after yesterday's wacky contest.
Well, Fremont continues to struggle offensively. My goodness, the MOO now have fallen to a .218 team batting average, and you feel like if you could have thrown strikes, you would have won it relatively easily. A 6-4 loss instead as the Sodbusters just dug too big a hole early on, but even then had their opportunities to come back and win it. They out-hit Fremont 8-4. And, you know, it wasn't a pretty game, but it was a pretty well-pitched game in terms of the guys overcoming struggles once you got past the Hastings starter. The great job, really the Purple Heart of the day, and the award winner, the star, goes to Creighton Jacobitz, who battled through 5 2/3 innings. He walked 5, but he struck out 5 and only allowed 1 run. Really good, and it also kind of saved your bullpen. And then you had Mr. Reliable, Tyler Welch. He's a position player, but he's come in and done a really nice job, and he set him down in the ninth. So those two guys saving the rest of this bullpen and giving them the opportunity to kind of still stay with a normal plan. And again, if you feel like if Juden just throws strikes, right now Fremont is not swinging the bat well at all. They made a lot of changes to their lineup from yesterday, trying to push the right buttons. Hastings, they saw their team batting average drop a little bit too with the performance yesterday. But through the first 5 games, the teams are almost dead even, and so we expect another one that could come right down to the 9th inning. And who's going to make the plays? We'll find out. These teams very evenly matched talent-wise, it looks like. Compared to last year, because Fremont had some dudes and Hastings maybe a little undermanned. So I think game in and game out, anytime you see Fremont and Hastings play, it's going to be a good competitive contest.
Just what a difference a year makes. Last year, Fremont was the Sodbusters' daddy. Well, that has changed this year. We are excited to see this second game between Hastings and Fremont. We'll get a closer look at Fremont's jerseys in just a few moments before our national anthem. But Isaac Bonner, you can see him. He's announced as the beer batter on the right side of your screen. He is going to be the guy that the Sodbusters will want to strike out today here at Duncan Field. But very, very nice day for baseball once again. A little hot. Not as humid as it's been in the past days, still a little humid, but the wind is blowing. It's blowing from right to left field today and kind of blowing in. So it's going to be another tricky day with the wind, and we'll see how that works out.
Going to have their ceremonial first pitch. Well, they're saying that the wind could affect this pitch. 18 to 29 miles an hour out of the south, blowing almost straight in from center field. 88 degrees will be your game time temp between the Sodbusters and the Fremont MOO as these two teams get set to go for the sixth time this year. And, man, sign that guy up. Right on the inside corner, Steve Reich.
Hope to see him on a Hastings Legion team or a spring team next year. Excellent pitch, young man, and lots of Duncan Field or lots of Little League teams in attendance today. But now we will take you down to the field for our national anthem ahead of Game 2 of Hastings and Fremont.
Whose broad stripes and broad stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets break with the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball. Excellent national anthem there. Sodbusters taking the field, and it doesn't look like Fremont has some guys standing on the first base line national anthem. It doesn't look like any Sodbusters want any action of it, though. They have all vacated the third base line, and even with no competition, we've got two jerseyless guys that are going to be standing off against themselves, maybe. Not the first time we've seen that at Duncan Field this year. We had a standoff, I believe it was against Oahe earlier this year, when we had a couple of guys for each team standing off, and it had to come to the point where Scott Galusha had to come onto the field, so you know it got serious there. But Dalton Juden makes the start on the mound today, making his fourth start for the Sodbusters. He has had 8 days off since his last outing. No record on the season for Dalton. Has given up 9 runs, 9 walks, 9 strikeouts, a 9.34 ERA. So he has gone 5 innings just one time, and his two of his other starts, he was limited to 2 innings or less. And like we mentioned, this is a long, long homestand. The bullpen arms have been rested very well. A big shout out to Creighton Jacobitz last night for eating a lot of innings in relief. But we'll look for a lengthy start from Dalton Juden to keep the Sodbusters in motion today.
And good news on the injury front. Fred Juden, who had been battling some issues in his arm, it sounds like he is going to be pitching sooner than later. So we'll see both Juden boys this weekend, it sounds like, before it's all said and done. As Sodbusters in the green uniforms today, 5-2 in the green jerseys this season.
Lost a game in the black jerseys yesterday, and it was just the second loss at home yesterday. But the Sodbusters will look to get back in the win column as Dalton Juden takes the mound. Take a look at his defense behind him. From left to right field is Ryan Jarvis, Alexio Delgado, and Cale Jensen. From third to first base is Dino Morales, Josh Printer, Drew Vega, and Yamato Sato. And doing the catching for Mr. Juden is Nathan Massar. Like we've told you about this season, Massar, a guy who really can do it all, play pitcher, catcher, infield, outfield, just about everything. He's going to be making just his second start at catcher today, as he was a catcher for just one game earlier in the season. Dalton ready to go, and the leadoff batter for Fremont, Josh Blunt, ready to go. And just a second here, I'll try and get you a closer look. Fremont in black uniforms, almost with a rainbow-colored numbers. I don't know about you, Steve. I'm loving the colors on the back of them there. Is a very different than a Fremont's all-orange jerseys, to say the least.
I appreciate the fact that they're large. So, they're very legible, much like the numbers that the Sodbusters had yesterday on their black unis. Love those uniforms. But that's kind of where I'm at in terms of just the size of them. I couldn't tell tie-dye or it's not red, white, and blue. A little more green in there, too. I thought maybe it was patriotic jerseys for a moment, but we'll say tie-dye or rainbow for that.
I'm trying to figure out the color scheme there, and it doesn't look to be a certain color. It's 2 balls and 1 strike on Josh Blunt, 6 for 31 for Fremont this year. The overhead wind for Dalton, and that one will go out of play, and Josh Blunt down to his last strike.
I don't like these uniforms. No numbers on the front, I don't believe.
Oh, boy.
That's all right.
It's always tough.
We'll do what we do.
Now we got to wait for the guys to turn around. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The tall right-hander delivers way high and outside for ball 3. Full count pitch. Josh Blunt looking for the first hit, first base runner of the ball game. And just like that, the sun goes away very quickly. Payoff pitch. That one's going to be in play, and that's going to be in the gap. Nobody is going to catch that. Splits Jarvis and Delgado. Extra bases for Josh Blunt as he cruises into second, taking advantage of the wind and a little bit of slice there, and that starts off the game very hot for Fremont with a leadoff 2-bagger.
Fremont against Hastings this year, a 2.01 batting average, but a 2.76 ERA. Sodbusters hitting it much better against Fremont, 2.55 with a 2.63 ERA. So very similar numbers, but Fremont has not done much offensively, and a rare extra base hit for this Fremont team to begin the game.
92 off the bat by Josh Blunt. Smoked the ball there. Next batter, look out, head high for Wyatt Yetter. That'll wake you up if you were snoozing a little bit on the bus. Wyatt Yetter hitting 222, and Nathan Massar going to call time and walk out to his pitcher and make sure that they're on the same page and perhaps make sure that that ball didn't slip out of his hand at all or anything. Wyatt Yetter batting 222, 6 for 27 on the season. He is hitless in his last 3 games, and 3 of his 6 hits came in one earlier contest versus the Nebraska Prospects. Big lead off second, but not going. Look out again. Same pitch, head high for Wyatt Yetter. 2 balls and no strikes. Wyatt Yetter, one of the guys joining the team after the first couple of games, but is seeing the Sodbuster regularly since. Juden pumps it in for a strike. The sun in full force today. Going to be a tough out there for left fielders, center fielders, everybody on the left side of the infield for sure. Josh Blunt with the leadoff double for Fremont's. Get it going early. Pitch up high. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. Game starting right on time here in Hastings. A little bit of a windy day. 87 degrees here at the ballpark. 3-1 pitch. High for ball 4. Don't need any of those today, and hopefully if Dalton can just get all those out in maybe the first inning, and maybe that's the last one. But walk puts 2 on with nobody out.
Sodbusters were so good at getting zeros on the board early for most of their home schedule this year. Last night an exception, and Fremont with a big chance early here.
Cooper Fucino, the designated hitter, bats. First and second, nobody out. And he takes one right down Broadway for strike 1. Fucino hitting .318 on the season, 21 for 66. Did have a 3-hit game against the Sodbusters in the season opener. Juden pumps it in and just got a piece of it. Fucino down quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Fucino 6 total hits versus the Sodbusters this year already. But he's down to his last strike here early. Juden still looking for the first out of the inning. And he's going to get it. Called strike 3 at the top of the zone. Massar with the frame job. And Fucino down looking.
A large first out, and you'll take that. Hopefully that high strike is going to be typical of tonight's call. That is a really big out. Umpires today, Gary Hall calling that one, and Bill Biven working the field today.
Top of the zone, strike zone, a call you don't always get. Not a good location there, and that one looked all right. Kind of looked similar, but called a ball this time to Steven Espinoza. Espinoza, a 196 hitter for this summer season. 9 hits in 46 tries for the MOO right-handed batter, who takes a big cut and misses. Espinoza's 9 hits, 7 of them singles. Also has a triple and a home run on the season. It's gone double, walk, and strikeout now. Dalton paints a corner for strike 2. And like we've said to you earlier this season, it's just depends on some batters, or some pitchers rather. Just the first inning, it's just all a matter about getting settled in and being a little bit uncomfortable at the start. Actually a pretty good breaking ball by Juden there. That was attempting to get a chase from Espinoza, but he lays off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Foul tip into the glove of Massar. Back-to-back strikeouts for Dalton Juden.
Good bounce back. Now can he finish the deal against Grant Nodelman and put a 0 on the board to start the contest?
Grant Nodelman had an excellent start to his Fremont career at the start of the season. Had a hit in his first 6 games, but he is without a hit in his last 4 games. Trying to right ship there for Nodelman. Takes up high for ball 1. Nodelman swung it well in the first game of the Sodbusters. He had a single, scored a run. Then in the other game that Sodbusters saw him, he was 0 for 3. Pitch to him is just too high again. Now, if you've got a taller guy like your Aaron Judges of the MLB at the plate, probably a strike at the top of the zone, but Nodelman not the tallest in stature, so he's got a little bit shorter of a strike zone. Josh Blunt still at second with the leadoff double. There's a strike called. 2 balls and 1 strike. Blunt's also been getting a decent lead. Dalton's kept an eye on him, but Blunt looks antsy to make something happen. He's probably getting bored standing at second base. The 2-1 into the turf. Massar keeps it right underneath him and holds the runners. It's 3 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs, first and second. Juden's defense still looking to make an easy play of some sort. It's ball 4, second walk of the inning. This time Nodelman reaches. Bases loaded with 2 outs.
It was about this time in the inning yesterday. We saw 5 straight walks. I don't want to see that.
Gonna say, looks eerily similar to yesterday's game where the Sodbusters lost it early. If you recall yesterday, Adam DeBoer making his season debut and just could not find the strike zone and allowed 8 walks and 5 runs in that first inning. And Dalton's already walked 2. Carson Burnett with the chance to get Fremont on the board early. Burnett's a Poway, California guy who takes ball 1, checks his swing. They appeal out to the field umpire, and no swing. 1 ball and no strike. Burnett fouls it out of play. Burnett, an Ohlone College guy, and that's funny. He plays baseball for Fremont, and Ohlone College is actually located in Fremont, California.
The Ohlone College Renegades. They had a good year.
Ohlone, okay.
I had to get a pronouncer on it when I was looking it up. Ohlone Renegades.
Look out, high and tight. Some chin music for Burnett. I can't say I've heard of a Fremont outside of Nebraska. Obviously, they exist, but not in the capacity here in the great states. 2-1 pitch, fouled off. Dalton Juden trying to finish off Carson Burnett here and weave his way out of trouble. Ohlone College in Fremont, California. It's the small things. Funny how they correlate. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Dalton Juden works out of trouble and hangs a 0 in the first inning. On 1 hit, 3 left, and no runs. It's no score after the top of the first inning. We'll see what the Sodbusters can do with their top of the lineup. Right after this, you're listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen, a tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
Back at Duncan Field, where we're set to begin the bottom of the first inning with the Sodbusters looking to take their first crack at Logan Anderson of Fremont. An Omaha native is Anderson and played his college ball at Sioux Falls University. That one a little bit easier to find. Of course, in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the Cougars in their 2024 season went 22-25, and they look to Logan Anderson to keep this up here, as we saw a good outing from the Fremont starter yesterday, Caden Van Hill, who only allowed that 1 rough inning but was very good otherwise. So it'll be up to Logan Anderson to keep that going. Look at the numbers for Anderson this season, making his 4th appearance. This is just his second, he's made 4 appearances, so making his 5th appearance, just his 2nd start. His last start came a week ago against the Prospects, where he went 5 innings, did not factor into the decision, allowed 3 runs, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. And he puts one right over the zone to Drew Vega. Drew Vega, our Sodbuster spotlights. The excellent young man from Arkansas Tech, who is getting it done on offense and defense to start things off, but he's quickly down in the counts. 0-2. Mentioned he wants to help barrel up fastballs and keep that working for him. Can't imagine probably be seeing a fastball here, but he is. And he grounds it to the shortstop, Steven Espinoza, who throws on the run and throws out Vega for the first out of the Fremont bottom half of the first inning.
Good play for Espinoza. He knows that Vega can run a little bit, and that was actually closer than I thought it was going to be.
And Vega did run well. He did not give up on the relatively routine ground ball to Steven Espinoza at short. Leadoff man is retired. Now here's Josh Printer. Josh Printer playing his college baseball at Houston Christian this spring, but has exhausted his Division I eligibility, and he will be hoping to play another season of college baseball at somewhere not at the Division I level. 1-1, breaking ball, a generous strike call in the outside corner. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. You know Joel Skipper would love to snag him up for a Hastings College team that has been scuttling for the past couple of years. He would be a healthy addition to the team. 1-2 pitch, Printer swings and misses and goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning.
It's good to see Josh yesterday. You get into the hit column, but an early lack of contact there, and we'll see if the Sodbusters can get something going with 2 outs.
Yeah, I've noticed on this homestand, Josh is striking out at a higher clip than I think we're used to. And kind of just been a little bit of a slump for a couple of guys in the late going as of recent. Breaking ball finds the outside part of the zone to Cale Jensen. No balls and 1 strike to the Central City native. The 0-1 to him. That one is inside for ball 1. Anderson has the arm on him. And if he can locate his pitches, it'll be well. Softly hits and cut off by the third baseman, Isaac Bonner. High throw and off the bag. Burnett could not keep his toe on, and Cale Jensen reaches. So it should go down as an error there on the third baseman, Isaac Bonner, pulling Burnett off the bag for the Sodbusters' first base runner.
Excellent job for Burnett to even bring it down. Had to go high, otherwise we may be seeing Cale Jensen in scoring position at second place.
Well, I mentioned Anderson has an arm on him. He's topped out at 91 in the first 3 batters he's faced so far. Pitch is in there to Dino Morales. See him shaking his head a little bit. Logan Anderson did play for Fremont last year before he left. I believe he got injured in the middle of the season. He only made 2 starts for Fremont last year before he left the team. 1 ball and 1 strike to Dino Morales. Into the turf, and Jensen will hang on at first. Morales, another one of the guys. We talked with Drew Vega about his defensive prowess. Dino has been making pretty much everything look routine at third base. When he sets his feet, unleashes the cannon, it is on target. And that cannon is fast. Now 3-1 as Anderson missing the glove side in this at-bat. Morales hitting .278 for the Sodbusters this spring. He's riding a 3-game hit streak, has hits in 4 of his last 5. The 3-1. Jensen runs, and Morales fouls it off. Good pitch to swing at 3-1. Fastball, middle outer part of the plate. Unfortunately spoils the steal of Jensen as he had his first move even before Anderson had his first move on the mound. So with 3-2 and 2 outs, Jensen will get a head start on this one and should be pretty unimpeded. The payoff with 2 outs. Down low for ball 4. A 2-out walk and 2 straight have reached for the Sodbusters. First and second with 2 outs. Here comes Ryan Jarvis.
Jarvis has been pretty good with 2 outs this season. We'll see if he can come through with another clutch hit and give this team the lead Ryan Jarvis, 5 for 13 against Fremont this season, including a 3-hit game and a 2-hit game.
We know Jarvis is aggressive on the first pitch, and with a flame-throwing right-hander, wouldn't mind seeing him swing first pitch here. Instead, he takes strike one. And that was going to bring up my next point if he didn't swing. We've seen him, as of recent, start taking the first pitch a lot more. When he came on the scene, first as a Sodbuster, it felt like he was swinging at the first pitch every at-bat. Not like he was swinging at bad pitches that were first pitches, but if they were there, he was going after them. Swings and grounds it to the right side, through for a base hit. Jensen will come through, and the throw to the plate is getting away from the catcher. Jensen scores. Now they throw down to second, and Jarvis is safe. The first run of the game for the Sodbusters, an RBI single for Ryan Jarvis, scoring Cale Jensen.
Excellent aggressiveness there for the Hastings Sodbusters. Test the arm of Wyatt Yetter, and Yetter's throw is a little bit offline. And great base running, seeing Dina Morales hustle all the way to third, and Ryan Jarvis get to second. So the Sodbusters get the big 2-out hit, and we'll see if Yamato Sato can follow up and put a crooked number on the board.
Looking at the replay, I was looking at Joel Skipper as well. He did not make any arm indication whether to go or stop, so he must have been yelling a command. Curious to see if he was yelling stop or go, because if that throw is on target, Jensen is a dead duck. It was a pretty good throw for Yetter, just not able to be handled by the catcher Nodelman. So Morales moves up to third on the throw, so does Jarvis to second. On the single, Yamato Sato with 2 ducks on the pond. Yamato just with 5 hits on the season. And he takes ball 1 that just missed.
Only 5 hits, but 2 of them came in his last outing. His first multi-hit game as the Sodbusters. He went 2 for 5 with a double and knocked in 2 on Wednesday.
He had yesterday off, but gets the start today. The 1-1 breaking ball, and that one tied him up, and he shakes his head at himself, probably swinging at ball 2 there. Well, pretty good breaking ball there from Anderson. What does he come up with? 1 and 2. Sato trying to battle, and just misses inside. Morales came sprinting home down the line on that pitch, but stopped when the delivery was released. Second and third, 2 outs. RBI single for Ryan Jarvis. Busters up 1-0 early. 2-2 outside, gets away from Nodelman. Here comes Morales. He scores. Second run of the game on a wild pitch. Could even argue that's a pass ball too, because Nodelman looked like he had it in his glove, but he couldn't corral it. 2-0.
We've seen such strong catcher play during this homestand for both teams, blocking everything in front. And you don't want to say that's a soft run, but the Sodbusters certainly will take it here and go up 2-0.
So another run in scoring position at third. Here's a full count pitch to Yamato Sato. It's down low for ball 4. Sodbusters making Logan Anderson work here in this first inning. More base runners, and all of this coming with 2 outs after a quick ground out and a strikeout. 4 straight have reached and 2 have come across.
Tanner Welch hasn't got much playing time, but he has done the most when he's had the opportunity, coming in with that .347 batting average at 5 for 14. We'll see if he can deliver.
Tyler Welsh grounds it to the shortstop. Espinoza flips the short way to second for out number 3. But the Sodbusters with more 2-out magic in the bottom half of the first inning. They score 2, and they stake their pitcher, Dalton Juden, to a 2-run lead. Top of the second coming up on Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Top of the second inning, Dalton Juden, the starter for the Sodbusters, has a 2-run lead, and he will face 7, 8, and 9. And we have done the math, and by I mean Steve Stein has done the math. We've heard of Fremont, Nebraska. We told you about Fremont, California, but it's like we're not alone in the Fremont universe, it sounds like.
I counted 18 at least, and so I didn't really, go into specifics. What's a town? What's a village? It looked like Wisconsin had a couple of them, but that's usually for a 10-0 game. But we thought we'd throw that in for you. Talk about a contrast of innings. Sodbusters, 2 outs, nobody on. They score. Fremont had first and second, nobody out, and Dalton Juden able to battle his way through that on 29 pitches with no runs allowed. That is a huge momentum boost for this Sodbuster team, the way that first inning unfolded.
Almost like the opposite happenings here. Sodbusters having base runners, or allowing base runners early, and then getting them out late. Fremont the other way around. Isaac Bonner takes the called first strike on the outside corner, and now takes a fastball on the outside edge for ball 1. Isaac Bonner, 16 games for Fremont, 176 average. As he fouls that off, and you hear the loud booming voice of Jason Frew, that can only mean one thing, that Isaac Bonner is tonight's beer batter. And fans trying to enjoy a BOGO deal. Bonner spoils the pitch. That was a good pitch by Dalton Juden. Dalton's going to feature that looked like the changeup there. 4-seam, 2-seam fastball, a curveball, changeup, and slider. Excuse me, it's a circle change and a slider. No curveball there. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes as that one misses well outside. Clap at home. You might help Isaac Bonner strike out here. But he grounds it to short. Printer on the run and drops the baseball. Had it in his glove on the transfer, scored it out. And that'll be an error on Josh Printer for the first base runner for Fremont.
Pats himself on the chest, says, my bad, let's try to get him next time. And he knew he had to transfer very quickly because pretty good wheels for Isaac Bonner. And now Juden going to have to deal with base runners for the second straight inning.
We mentioned just how solid the Sodbuster defense has been. Just a rare anomaly there on the error by Printer. Allowing Bonner to reach on the E6. Cole Fowler bats. Fowler, the Fremont left fielder. He's been on the roster since day one, but struggling this year. 0.97 average, 3 for 31 coming into today's games. One of the hits against the Prospects, one of them against Oahe, and one of them against Spearfish. Runner goes and is safe. Bonner steals the bag at second on ball 2. First chance for Nathan Massar to show off the arm there. It was good, just a little late.
Bonner now 3 for 3 on stolen bases this year, and for the MOO, that's their 17th stolen base of the summer.
Like we've told you in past Fremont games, not the free runners like they used to be last season. There's a strike on the outside corner to Cole Fowler. Oh, and you don't have guys named Blake Tablazon, Hunter Palmer, and Ben Swales on the team. Those were the 3 guys last year for Fremont that pretty much just took any base they wanted to whenever they pleased. Dalton Juden taking a long look at the runner at second, who forces a timeout from the batter Cole Fowler. Juden making sure Bonner not going anywhere after he just stole second off of him, but he will get to third on that wild pitch. And Fremont a chance to get a run back 90 feet away with nobody out.
Hastings, a better base stealing team. They have stolen 26 bases coming into this matchup with the Fremont MOO.
So Fowler is now ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Anything to the outfield could get him home. Fowler takes a fastball and does the O with the mouth there, thinking that should have been ball 4. Now a payoff here. Strikeout would be huge. Dalton gets a swing and a miss. And Cole Fowler swinging at that pitch, perhaps thinking since that last pitch was called a strike, that other one would be called. Probably ball 4 there, but with the other call, Fowler no choice but to swing there.
And Dalton has done a nice job, but getting the big pitches when he's needed it. 3 strikeouts in the first inning and a first strikeout here to keep that runner at third.
High strike called on the 9th hole hitter Connor Peterson. And he's another guy who has been struggling mightily. Just 2 for 32. And of course, that his first hit of the year came against Hastings in that Saturday doubleheader, which drove home a run for his first RBI of the year. He's down in the count, 0-2. Dalton working quickly and strikes out Peterson on the slider. Excellent pitch, 3 strikes, and head back to the dugout.
And if you are Connor McGonigal, the head coach of Fremont, when you fill out that lineup card, it's like, well, you look up and down. If you just try to do it on stat-wise, who do you put in the lineup right now? Because there's not any tremendous hitter at this point. You just hope the Sodbusters can keep them cold for one more day.
Yeah, besides their 3-hole hitter Cooper Fucino, not really any Fremont hitters hitting over 300. Good pitch to Josh Blunt, called a strike. He led off the game with a double in the first inning, the only Fremont hit so far. And that first run still potentially standing at third base, way outside. Massar snags it. 1-1.
I have a prediction. We will see the bullpen on both teams today.
Yes.
Pitch counts are rising.
Dalton Juden now at 46 pitches, and we're still in the second inning. 1-1, given a call, and home plate umpire today giving both sides that outside corner pretty generously so far. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Josh Blunt. Sodbusters trying to weave their way out of trouble. See you later. Juden works out of it. Runner on third, nobody out. 3 straight strikeouts. How about that? 6 outs recorded by Dalton Juden, all of them down by way of the K. No runs, no hits, 1 left. Fremont still scoreless. Sodbusters looking for more after this in the bottom of the second.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Back at Duncan Field, set to start the bottom of the second inning. 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Sodbusters. Nathan Massar, Alexiel Delgado, and Drew Vega coming up against Logan Anderson. If you missed last inning, Anderson retired the first 2 batters of the inning, and then 4 straight reached on an error, a walk, a single, and another walk before they finally retired the Sodbusters, but not before they scored 2 runs. Nathan Massar bats. Pitcher to start the season, but has seen some at-bats as of late. And he had an excellent game in his last playing time in the field against the Plainsmen, where he went 2 for 4 with a couple of singles. And he chops at that one and comes up empty for strike 2. Massar, a pitcher for the most part, but in the batter's box 3 for 11 this year. Has driven home 2 runs as well. 0-2, Massar punches it into center. Easy for the center fielder Josh Blunt, who makes the grab for out number 1.
And with the winds about 20 miles an hour, the center fielder Blunt playing very shallow when it came off the bat. It may be a blue single, but not with Blunt playing in that spot.
Tough pitch just to get in play. Credit Massar for putting a good swing on it. 8 out of 10 batters probably got a swing and miss at that. Pitch inside to Alexiel Delgado for ball 1. Alexiel, 189 on the spring. Has seen his average rise in his past 2 games with a couple of hits. He takes strike 1. Finding a new home in the 9 hole. As we've told, he can almost be a second leadoff hitter. That's where he was at the start of the season. Takes a fastball for strike 2. Perfect paint job for Logan Anderson. Delgado with 10 hits on the season. 3 of those going for extra bases. He chops that high to Espinoza. Ole, right under the glove. Delgado safe at first.
Had a little bit of spin on it, and Espinoza got caught between hops, and he pats himself on the chest now, as we've not seen great defense to this point as the errors continue to mount on both sides.
So Delgado is safe at first on the error, as Espinoza never got a glove on it, but should have made the play. No doubt Turf took a tricky hop on him, we'll say. Back to the top of the order in Drew Vega. He grounded out to short his first time up. He's 0 for 1.
So combined 3 errors and 2 hits, and we're not through the second inning yet.
2 errors for Fremont, 1 for the Sodbusters. So Delgado reaching on the E6. Jensen reached on an E5. So both guys on the left side of the infield for Fremont playing part in that. Vega swings and misses. Throw down to second is not in time, and Delgado holds the base.
Did they call him out? Yep, the batter is out. They're going to award the stolen base, but I think that
batter's interference.
Yep, Vega, when he swung, he kind of stepped a little over the plate, and if you're a catcher, just make contact, and the guy's going to get that call. Plus, base runner has to go back. So huge turn of events there. Instead of Delgado getting credited for the stolen base, Vega is out, and there are 2 outs and a runner back at first.
All right. Well, that is probably, there was interference there, I do believe. Vega did step across home plate and interfere with the throw of Grant Nodelman. But usually you just see the runner called out trying to steal, and then the batter stays in the box. It depends. There are certain ways where you can just send the runner back. Not exactly sure what the stipulations are for that, but what a way to get the second out there. Josh Printer swings and misses at strike 1. So Vega is out. If you're scoring that at home, I believe that goes down as 2 unassisted on the interference. Catcher gets credit for the putout. Delgado back at first. Printer puts a good charge into one to left field. Going way back is Cole Fowler, but he fights the sun and makes the grab in left field for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 left for the Sodbusters. Josh Printer just missed, giving the Sodbusters their 3rd run of the game, and they're retired in the second inning. Coming up at the top of the third, Fremont's coming to bat.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Top of the third inning, Sodbusters strand a base runner, and they will look for another 0 from Dalton Juden, who has pitched 2 scoreless innings and allowed just 1 hit. And for the next 2 innings, we turn you over to Steve Stein.
It's 2 innings of scoreless ball, but they have been pressure-packed innings for Dalton Juden as he allowed the first 2 on in the first inning with a double and a walk. Came back to strike out the next 2 before walking the bases loaded, then getting a strikeout. Last inning, an error to begin the inning. That guy stole second, got to third with nobody out, and Juden strikes out the next 3. So he has done a nice job of putting zeros on the board. It'd be nice to, well, number 1, let's get the first guy out, and then we'll that would make the inning so much more relaxing for all involved as Wyatt Yetter steps in and takes strike 1, no balls and a strike. He drew the aforementioned walk as the second batter of the ball game. Yetter, a Barton County Community College Cougar, Omaha Roncalli High School grad, hitting .333, a rare 300 average on this Fremont team. They are not a good hitting team so far this year. You never know when a team's going to catch fire. Yetter with a double, 3 runs batted in and 4 runs scored, and still looking to get it going against Hastings. He is 0 for 8 against the Sodbusters. 1-1 pitch, a little bit low, 2-1 now on Wyatt Yetter. The Hastings Sodbusters taking a 2-run lead in the bottom of the first. RBI single from Ryan Jarvis and a wild pitch plating the 2 runs. 2-1 pitch, fouled straight back. 2-2 on Wyatt Yetter for the Fremont MOO. Coming in at 12-11, they stand in 4th place in the first half standings of the Independence League. Casper can clinch with the win or a Hastings loss. The first half going to end on Sunday. Spearfish is in 3rd place, just a half game in front of Fremont. 2-2 pitch, skied to the right side. It's in foul territory, a long run for everybody. And how about Yamato Sato running away from home plate? Didn't know he was really a first baseman by trade, listed as a catcher, but that is a darn good play for any first baseman.
That was exceptional. Back to the ball as well. Did not even get a chance to get himself turned around. Sprinted to the ball. Able to stop there and just almost like a catcher going for a tough pop-up behind the plate. I mean, he's a catcher by trade, so Sato showing off his catcher skills almost at first base.
Pitch high and tight to the batter, Cooper Fucino, who struck out looking his first time up. And so the Sodbusters get an out without a strikeout for the first time in the game. The first 6 outs recorded via the K from Juden. And this pitch right across, 1 ball and 1 strike to Cooper Fucino. Fucino 6 for 11 against Hastings this year, coming into today's contest with a pair of multi-hit games. 3 for 4 in the first game, and then this past Monday he went 2 for 3 with a run scored. And lines this one foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cooper Fucino. Fucino, a Creighton signee, didn't play in the spring. He's a California from Rolling Hills Estate. 2-0. Sodbusters on top. Top half of inning number 3. Non-inning contest here in the Independence League at Duncan Field. 1-2 delivery. Line to the right side. And it is going to fall for a hit. Jensen tried to go headlong. Couldn't get there. And did a good job of keeping it in front. Vega was hustling out as hard as he could. And just in no man's land there for a 1-out single for Cooper Fucino.
Yeah, that's just no man's land there, like you said. With 2 athletic guys out there, both trying their darndest to make something happen. Perfectly placed, and Fucino just one of two guys batting over 300 for Fremont. Shows you why that average is so high. Puts it where they ain't.
Steven Espinoza steps in, struck out swinging his first time up, and takes ball one. And Steven has been pretty good defensively for this team throughout the course of the year, but batting under 200, and he's just 1 for 11 against Hastings pitching for the season. As Juden out of the stretch, a short lead over at first for Fucino, and the pitch is taken high for ball two, 2 balls and no strikes with 1 on and 1 out in third, and the Sodbusters on top by a score of 2-0. Espinoza, Charleston Southern, his last college stop. Not sure if he's going to go back or not. They had a coaching change, and so he's still weighing his options as trying to have a solid summer and maybe draw some interest. Such a different college landscape in all sports with that transfer portal out there. 2-0 delivery. High and tight, 3-0 on Steven Espinoza for the Fremont MOO. Yesterday, 0 for 3, but he did have 2 runs batted in that 6-4 Fremont victory over the Hastings Sodbusters. 3-0 delivery is taken upstairs, so now a single and a walk. And Fremont with runners again. They stranded 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and they have multiple base runners and only 1 man out.
Just got to keep throwing it over the plates. Like we've beat the dead horse already, I know, but walks are the killers. It's killed the Sodbusters yesterday. This Fremont team, while they're not able to hit the ball at the plates, giving them free chances isn't going to help.
Pitch on the outside corner to Grant Nodelman. He drew a walk his last time up. And Nodelman went to Barton County Community College, the home of the Cougars. He is now signed with Sam Houston State. He's a Pius X grad, so a Nebraskan coming home to play at Fremont for the summer campaign. Fouls this pitch back, and Juden's ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. Sodbusters 6 of their 7 outs. Dalton Juden K's. Pretty cool for the York University guy. His dad's in real estate now, and he's a business major. Business administration major, to be exact. 0-2 pitch. Bouncing ball right side. Vega couldn't handle it. Everybody's going to be safe. Vega trying to pick it up and make the tag. Instead, the bases will be full. And said so many good things about the infield for the Hastings Sodbusters, and it's coming apart a little bit today. And now Juden's going to have some more pressure-packed pitches here as this 3rd inning ensues.
I think we may be jinxing people. Maybe we need to
back off.
Zip it a little bit.
Yep, there you go. Our 4th error of the game, and we have not completed the top half of the 3rd inning. It is not pretty right now. And Fremont, an opportunity to tie or perhaps take the lead with a big threat in this one. Here's the pitch. And it's popped up, foul territory. Yamato Sato, see if he's got room, and he does. What a play for Yamato Sato. That's 2 great first base plays, and Juden comes over and gives him a little glove pop right there, and Sato ran out of a chute. That's how athletic that was, and that is a huge second out for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Yamato is going to be getting a lot of praise after the game, and man, if Sodbusters can get out of this one, what a play this would be.
So Carson Burnett fouls out. Isaac Bonner steps to the plate. He pops it up down the 3rd baseline. Can somebody get there? No. Excellent effort there for Morales. Printer as well, and there's 1 strike on Isaac Bonner, who reached on an error his last time up. So big moment in this one. And how many times can Dalton Juden wiggle out of trouble? First inning, able to get a huge strikeout when he had to. He got 3 strikeouts with a runner at 3rd and nobody out in the 2nd inning. Fremont loads the bases with 1 out here, and he's an out away from surviving a 3rd shutout inning. No balls and a strike in the pitch. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Printer's got it. Dishes to second. They get the force there, and the Hastings Sodbusters do it again. Intestinal fortitude for Dalton Juden to overcome some adversity behind him. And we're through 2.5, and the Sodbusters lead it 2-0. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
We'll bring you Sodbuster Baseball. Hastings on top 2-0. It's Steve Stein, Ryan Valenta. Great job for Dalton Juden. I'm sure Dad is very proud. Of course, his dad, Jeff, a former Major League pitcher with the Astros, most notably. Dalton and Fred, both on the team this year. Dalton pitching today. May see Fred tomorrow, so it could be a big Juden weekend here in Hastings for the Sodbusters. Hastings will have Jensen, Morales, and Jarvis to try to add to a 2-0 lead. 2-0 doesn't tell the story, though. I mean, the Sodbusters have been escape artists the first 3 innings. They still have the advantage. We'll see what Cale Jensen can get done. He reached on an error and scored the first run of the contest. Logan Anderson probably deserves better than he's gotten as he is in a 2-0 hole. First pitch, and Jensen pops it up. And no one can see it in the sun. But the third baseman totally lost it, but it was well out of play. Thankfully, it didn't come down on his head. But it is getting to be the point where the sun in the west is rough on infielders and outfielders. And the Fremont third baseman actually has sunglasses, but Isaac Bonner never picked that ball off the bat of Jensen. 0-1 delivery is at the letters for strike 2. 2 strikes on Cale Jensen. Logan Anderson out for his 3rd inning of work. 38 pitches thrown, 25 strikes. This a little bit high and outside. 1-2 on Cale Jensen with Dino Morales and Ryan Jarvis also scheduled to bat. Jarvis has the lone run batted in of the contest for the Hastings Sodbusters, who have a 2-0 lead. Pitch way outside and back to the screen. And we're all square at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 4:08 to straightaway center, playing bigger than that today with the winds coming straight in from center at about 20 miles an hour. 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Little something extra for Anderson on that one, and Cale Jensen is down on strikes. It's the 2nd strikeout of the day for Logan Anderson to go along with 2 walks. And that will bring to the plate Dino Morales. A walk and a run scored his first plate appearance. Dino, the Panama guy. Goes to York University, a great spring for him, hitting .374. He's been pretty good at the plate for the Sodbusters with a .278 average, a home run, 3 doubles, 9 runs batted in. Scored his 8th run of the game, and he pops this one up. Foul territory, right side, and that will reach the concession area, and it's a strike on Dino Morales. Dino can play anywhere on the left side of the infield. He's been good at shortstop, but has been a fixture at third, and he also's pitched a little bit. 3 appearances, and certainly wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility to see him pitch this weekend as the Sodbusters continue this relentless schedule with a pair of games tomorrow and 1 on Sunday before hitting the road to Fremont for 3 in a row. Their next off day won't be till June 27th, and they'll have 2 off days and probably enjoy those. Pitch foul back. No ball, the ball's 2 strikes on Dino Morales. Dino, 55 runs batted in the spring schedule for the York Panthers. 0-2 pitch in the turf. 1-2 now on Dino with Ryan Jarvis waiting on deck. The Fremont MOO, their catcher, Grant Nodelman, set to go. Right-handed pitcher Logan Anderson works out of the wind, and the 1-2 delivery is fouled back. Dino gets another hack. Third baseman is Isaac Bonner. The shortstop, Steven Espinoza, playing second base, Connor Peterson. And at first base for Fremont, it's Carson Burnett. 2-2 delivery. Outside, good stop there for Nodelman. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Dino Morales, so he's worked it full after Cale Jensen struck out to begin the inning. The outfield of Cole Fowler, Josh Blunt, and Wyatt Yetter for the Fremont MOO. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. So back-to-back strikeouts to the 3 and 4 hitters for Hastings. 2 up and 2 down for Ryan Jarvis.
See Dino shaking his head there afterwards, perhaps thinking that he swung at ball 4 there, or was perhaps frustrated that he couldn't catch up to that fastball there. But like we mentioned, that fastball from Anderson touching the lower 90s, got some good zip on it.
Ryan Jarvis, we say the big hit of the game. He is the only hit of the game for the Hastings Sodbusters. It was an RBI single with 2 outs in the first inning. Brought home a run. Takes ball 1 here. Ryan Jarvis, left-handed hitter against the right-handed pitcher Anderson, who delivers low for ball 2. 2-0 on Ryan Jarvis. Hit Fremont well this year, now 6 out of 14 after that first inning single. 2-0 delivery, misses for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes on Ryan Jarvis. He's another of the utility players where you kind of expect to see him everywhere. He's done really well out in left field and very good at first base as well for this Hastings Sodbuster team. The wind and the delivery. Low for ball 4 and a 2-out base runner for the Hastings Sodbusters as Ryan Jarvis has reached for the second time.
Well, this is exactly how the first inning went. Get the first 2 outs and a base runner on the third batter of the game. If Yamato can translate whatever he did with the glove in that last inning to at-bats, just make something happen, could potentially get Ryan Jarvis to scamper home. He's had some pop in his bat over the last few games.
And I know you look at that average thinking 152, but he has swung it about as well as anybody here in the last few ball games. His last appearance, 2 for 5 with a double, 2 runs batted in and a run scored on Wednesday. Remember, he had the hard hit out to right field against the Plainsmen that very easily could have been extra bases at any other park. First pitch swinging here was right on top of it, fouls it back. And that get a piece of the home plate umpire. With the initial tick, I thought maybe it caught the catcher's mitt. But
it did. It went off, and then it kind of just rested on the home plate umpire's head and just fell off the back of it. Couldn't do that again if you tried.
So the bat of Yamato Sato did not touch the catcher's mitt.
No, I don't believe so.
Otherwise, that would have been a free base. High throw to first. It bounces away, but not far enough for an advancement there as Logan Anderson nearly airmailed it over the head of Carson Burnett. And the Sodbusters with 1 on and 2 outs. See if they turn Jarvis loose. See if he can get him into scoring position for Sato. As Jarvis 0 for 2 in stolen bases this year for Hastings, but he's got a decent lead on Logan Anderson. Jarvis not going, and the pitch fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes on Yamato Sato with 1 on and 2 outs. Bottom of the third, Sodbusters have the only offense. 2 runs in the first after yesterday seeing their 6-game winning streak come to a close and a 6-4 setback to Fremont. Fremont scored 3 in the first, 1 in the second, third, and fourth, and that was enough, despite having only 4 hits in the game. 0-2 delivery. Sato skies this one right side and out of play. Again, it remains 0-2. I mean, when you have the kind of numbers of walks and hit batsmen we saw yesterday, you expected much more of a game like the one played between Spearfish and Oahe. That game was 16-10 as Spearfish scored 6 in the 8th to win it. A total of 19 hits, 6 errors, 9 walks, and 4 hit batsmen in that game. 0-2 pitch. Blocked in front of the plate by Nodelman. It's now 1-2 on Yamato Sato. And the other game yesterday was the one that the Sodbusters were not wanting to see, as Casper had a couple of 5-run innings and beat the Plainsmen 16-0. A Casper win today over the Plainsmen, or a Hastings loss to Fremont, and Casper clinches the first half of the Independence League schedule. That pitch just misses. Fremont players to a man were heading to the dugout, and it's 2-2. And they may have been right. So Yamato, you better swing here.
You don't take another one of those. It
almost looked like the home plate umpire went, yeah, my bad. 2-2. Foul ball, nice job for Sato. That was tailing away, just got a piece of it. Still 2-2. Jarvis was off with the pitch that time and was trying to steal the base to get into scoring position for Sato. And you make Anderson throw a couple of more pitches. He's already up to 58 for the game. Meanwhile, Dalton Juden 67 through 3 innings. But zeros on the board. Amazing job for Juden to overcome errors behind him and a couple of walks. But big strikeouts when he's needed them. And timely defense anyway. No, it hasn't been perfect at all, but made the plays when they've had to keep Fremont from scoring so far. Another 2-2 pitch on the way. Sato, nice job waiting on the off speeder and fouls it back to the screen. There's quite a battle going on between Sato and Logan Anderson. And if nothing else, force that pitch count. Try to get to the bullpen. You'd think Fremont will have a lot of options because they don't play the next couple of days. Sodbusters will play 3 games by the time Fremont plays again when those two teams meet Monday. Hard hit ball, but just foul. And Sato will get another crack at it.
Every pitch he sees, just a slight more advantage to Sato. Seeing the ball well now and spoiling pitches. Trying to make Anderson pay.
8th pitch of the at-bat here to Yamato Sato. 2 outs, 2-2 count, and throw over to first. And 2-0 the score. The Sodbusters with the lead here in the bottom half of inning number 3. It's a fairly slow-moving ball game at this point here at Duncan Field. We've had some crisply played contests at home with a lot of pitchers' duels. And it feels like the score ought to be larger than 2-0 for both sides at this point. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the pitch. Sato pops it up. A mile high and back into the seats, or maybe over the seats. That took a long time to come down. Came down right in front of us. Still 2-2. And they have called a balk. A balk has been called, and Jarvis is in scoring position. So the balk now will put a runner in scoring position. That's big. That's big now. If Sato can just get one to the green, Hastings likely takes a 3-0 lead. So it's still 2 balls and 2 strikes on Yamato Sato, and Logan Anderson has to put that balk behind him. Shakes off the first sign. Crouches low. Finally gets on the same page. And he is up atop the rubber and now back into his crouch as he resets. Now he's got the sign. Now he's ready to go. A check of the runner at second base. And the 2-2 pitch. Hard hit ball to the left side. Nice pick by the third baseman. Throw to first in time. Saving a run there is Isaac Bonner. And the Hastings Sodbusters, after all of that, are turned away. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left, and we head to the 4th. It's still Hastings 2 and Fremont nothing, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Head to the 4th inning. It was a weird bottom half of the 3rd. Logan Anderson battled his way through 27 pitches and faced only 4 batters. It just felt like there was a lot more happening than there was, but long extended at-bats for Cale Jensen, for Dino Morales, for Ryan Jarvis, and for Yamato Sato. So they really forced the pitch count, even though they didn't score. We hope that will pay dividends as the game goes on. And Dalton Juden, meanwhile, an escape artist at this point, 67 pitches thrown through 3 innings, nothing across, even though This Fremont squad has already stranded 7 in the first 3 frames, and they're wondering what might have been at this point. It's going to be 7, 8, and 9 up there against Dalton Juden, who has 6 strikeouts. He's walked 3. There's been 3 errors committed behind him, yet no runs on the board. I'm still waiting for that ho-hum 1, 2, 3, 7-pitch inning today, and it's not happening yet.
Might be a while.
Tyler Welch is, I should say, how about we go to the other score side. 8, 9, and 1. Cole Fowler steps to the plate, and he takes ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Both the 8 and 9 hitters struck out back in the second inning. And this pitch is across for a strike on Cole Fowler. Cole Fowler for the Fremont MOO out of Saracoso Community College, the Coyotes. He's going to go to Pikeville, Kentucky for his next college stop. Juden takes his time atop the hill. Now he resets. Just hasn't been a lot of fluidity for either pitcher in terms of getting into a rhythm. Juden brings home the 0-2 delivery. Taken high. Fowler had a notion. The official count now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Fowler. Cole Fowler hit .308 in the spring, just .097 for the summer. 0 for 3 against the Sodbusters before today and fouls the pitch away, so 0 for 4 on the season against Hastings for Cole Fowler. Hastings Sodbusters lead it 2-0. Despite having just 1 hit, Fremont has out-hit them 2-1. And 5 errors combined, and we're only in the 4th. Pop up on the infield, Mr. Putout, Yamato Sato, comes up with that one in foul territory. He has been a machine over there on the first base bag. That is the easiest play he's had to make by far.
Can't say I've wrote F3 in my scorebook this many times for foul out to the first baseman. But there's a first time for everything, and good to see Yamato fielding his position over there today.
Here's Connor Peterson swinging and missing. No balls and a strike on Connors. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. Peterson battling it with a 2 for 30 coming into today, and now 2 for 31 on the year. Pitch taken outside. 1 ball and 1 strike on Connor Peterson out of Tucson, Arizona. He's a returnee for this Fremont squad, spending his summer where he goes to college at Midland. Bouncing ball to Vega. Takes 1 step back, fields it cleanly, and throws to first. And ladies and gentlemen, 2 up, 2 down.
Well, now you said it, Steve. It's not going to happen.
I didn't say 3 up, 3 down. I just said 2 up, 2 down. First inning, double walk to begin the game. Second inning, error to begin it. The third inning, it was a pop-up and then a single, but they would end up reaching 3 before all was said and done. And the Sodbusters working their way out of difficulty with Dalton Juden making clutch pitches. Back to the top of the order and taking a first pitch strike is Josh Blunt. No balls and a strike on Blunt, who doubled to begin the game, but did not come home. Then he struck out looking in the second. We're in the top half of inning number 4, and 2-0 as Sodbusters continue to lead it. Dalton Juden taking his time atop the hill, looks in at his catcher, Nathan Massar, and brings it home. Bouncing ball left side, Dina Morales fields cleanly, sets, throws. How about that? 1, 2, 3, nothing happening for Fremont in the top half of the 4th inning. 2-0. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Well, it wasn't a 7-pitch inning, but it was a 10-pitch inning, and 3 up, 3 down. Certainly take that from Dalton Juden. He probably needed that as well. A decent chance now to finish the 5th and qualify for the victory. How big a lead will he have? Well, Sodbusters see what they can get done with the bottom of the order. Welch, Massar, and Delgado against Logan Anderson, who's seen his pitch count extended as well. 61 pitches for him, so a combined 138 pitches in the game, and we're not through the 4th inning yet. As Hastings and Fremont battling out these Independence League rivals. They play a lot just because of the geography during the course of the summer, and they'll have another 12 meetings this year before it's all said and done. So we're going to be halfway through our meetings with the Fremont MOO. After today, the Sodbusters have won 3 out of 5 against their rivals to the east at this point. Here comes Tyler Welch, Hastings College guys from Tucson's Sabino High School, an exercise science major, wants to be a baseball coach before all is said and done, and getting a chance to experience a lot of baseball in the field, and now turning into a fairly reliable relief pitcher for this Hastings team as he came in and put up a 0 last night. 1 ball and no strikes the count, and Tyler watches it go by for ball 2. His normal position is third base, but in the DH spot today for the Hastings Sodbusters. A returnee from last year when he hit .250. 2-0 delivery from Anderson is outside 3-0. Welch trying to work his way aboard. Sodbusters have not had their leadoff man on yet, but still able to manage 2 runs, particularly that first inning, 2 up, 2 down, and rallied for 2 runs. Pitch taken outside, 4-pitch walk. So Tyler Welch aboard to open the 4th inning. Massar will come to the plate to try to move him on.
Well, Welsh, I think, thought that was a strike, and I feel like how the zone has been all night. So that's been a strike for most of the count there, so don't blame Welsh for doing a double take when he's told to take his base.
Yeah, because the last thing you want to do is toss the bat and start down. That can be irritating to some umpires. Then you're not going to get the next call. And here comes Nathan Massar, who flew out to center his first time up. Takes ball 1 down low. Nodelman a good stop. And Anderson trying to find the strike zone here in inning number 4. Logan Anderson coming in with an ERA just over 4, 0-1 his record. Did pitch against Hastings back in the opener 1 inning. No runs, 1 hit. Throw over at first gets away, but not far enough for Welch to advance. Anderson allowed 1 hit, struck out 2, didn't walk anybody. In the Fremont victory over Hastings, 6-1. That was Hastings' season opener. Fremont had already played a bunch of games up in Oahe, up in Pierre, against Oahe to open the season. 1-0 delivery. Bounce to the left side, could be 2. Shortstop's got it, throws to second, over to first, double play, 6-4-3. Well turned there as Steven Espinoza to Connor Peterson. Finishing it off, Carson Burnett. There's 2 outs, nobody on.
Yep, excellent play by the middle infield, not rushing that at all. Massar's got some speed, but they got him by a 1/4 step, but the worst thing you do is rush that, and you only get 1 and maybe no outs. We've seen Fremont rush a couple of plays, seen Sodbusters rush a couple of plays, just really smooth on that one.
Alexiel Delgado steps to the plate as he will be hit by a pitch. Reached on an error his first time up, so he has been aboard twice. See if they turn him loose before Vega swings. Delgado had a in-motion attempt twice when he was on, but one time it was fouled off. The next time it was put into play but caught. So we'll see if they give Alexiel the opportunity to try to swipe his 4th base of the year. Moderate lead for Delgado. He has had bigger. And first pitch swinging is Vega, who fouls it away. Drew Vega is 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded to the shortstop and was called for interference. Swinging and in the course of a stolen base attempt by Alexiel Delgado was called out. No balls and a strike on Drew Vega. Here's the pitch. Line drive, right side, base hit, could be extra bases. As we see Delgado hit the bag at third, the throw comes in behind the runner at first. He'll go to second. Great base running for Drew Vega. The speed kills as Delgado, no hesitation to go to third. Drew Vega saw that ball coming toward the first baseman, so took off for second, and he is going to be at second base for the Hastings Sodbusters with Josh Printer coming to the plate.
Make that now 7 games in a row for Drew. He goes the opposite way. Got beat on the fastball, but just early enough where he put it in play and out of the reach of Burnett. Sodbusters a chance here.
Hopefully Josh Printer could put a swing on it like he did last time and a little more of a line drive. Fouls this one away. No balls and a strike. He probably has the hardest hit ball of the day. That flew out to deep left field, but he's 0 for 2. And he's down to the count 0-1. So Vega at second base. Alexiel Delgado, great speed. Anything to the grass with 2 outs should get you 2 runs home right here. 2-0. Hastings trying to double that lead with Josh Printer at the plate. 0-1 delivery. Hit in the air pretty well to center field, but the wind's going to hold it up. It's still carrying, and a nice running catch made by Josh Blunt. So we have seen Printer scorch balls the last 2 times, and he comes up empty again. No runs, 1 hit, 2 men left. We head to inning number 5. It's still 2-0 Hastings, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
We've seen a combined 149 pitches, yet it's a pitcher's duel. A 2-0 game after 4, and let's take you to the 5th for Ryan Valenta.
I mean, how many things have we seen this season that we can say that haven't seen before? When you talk about pitchers' duels, this is absolutely nothing what you think about whatsoever. The 2 runs for the Sodbusters in the inning. The first inning still standing strong as the only runs of the game. Fremont will try to answer against Dalton Juden with their 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up. Wyatt Yetter, Cooper Fucino, and Steven Espinoza. It's going to be Yetter first. He is 0 for 1. He has walked and fouled out in the ball game. Dalton Juden has gotten himself into trouble a couple times, but no damage done against him, and he drops in a first pitch slider for strike 1. Dalton 2 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. If you'll recall, he struck out the first 6 outs of the game. That one popped into foul grounds, but it will get out of play. Juden with 6 strikeouts in the first 2 innings, but has not had a strikeout since, and we're in the 5th. Snowballs and 2 strikes on Wyatt Yettert. Coming into the game hitting .222, checked his swing and did not go for ball 1. Checked down to first for good measure, did not go. I think the sun is mostly history now. We've had some bright spots. It's now here's a rolling wave of clouds rolling in. It's gone sunny, not sunny, sunny, not sunny here. Laser beam into left field, drops just in front of Ryan Jarvis for a leadoff base hit for Wyatt Yetter, his first of the contest and 7th of the season.
Jarvis has excellent range, but no way he's going to get to that one. He did the smart play, making sure it didn't get by him, and a leadoff single. And after we saw the 1-2-3 inning put up by Dalton last inning, he's right back to working the stretch and trying to battle through another situation.
Dalton Juden now at 81 pitches, and he's in the 5th inning. No action yet in the Sodbuster bullpen. Pitch called a swing as Fucino tried to check his swing and goes around. Cooper Fucino 1 for 2. Singled and struck out looking in his ledger today. Wyatt Yetter at first base with a leadoff single. Fucino swings through, strike 2. Fucino, one of 2 regular players for Fremont, hitting over 300. And he is the top average guy of their everyday players. Runner on the move. It's hit into left field for a base hit. But holding up at second will be Yetter, and Fucino has his second hit of the ball game. It's first and second with nobody out. And Dalton Juden will indeed have to have some more traffic on the bases and work a little bit more magic to get out of this inning unscathed.
2 soft hits for Fremont, but they certainly work, and they've had harder hit balls that have been outs. Now, Juden, can he find a way to pull the escape again?
Both of those hits coming on pitches on the upper part of the zone. That one's to right field, and that one's going to get down, and that will score the first run of the game down the right field line. Here comes Yetter to score. Fucino holds up at third. A double for Steven Espinoza, who's first pitch swinging, and Fremont's on the board 2-1.
Really good job for Espinoza not to try to do too much with it and just hit it where the Sodbusters weren't. And a minimum of pitches this inning for Juden, but he's seen all 3 come up with safeties. Now he's going to have to work very hard to keep the Sodbusters in front.
So the tying run's at third base, the go-ahead run for Fremont at second with still nobody out. The wind's still whipping here at Duncan Field after the sun has gone down for the most part, or at least covered by clouds. That one is just outside. As you mentioned, Nathan Massar not a catcher by trade, but does a really good job at framing and sticking those baseballs, especially on the outside corner, to these left-handed hitters today. Here's Grant Nodelman. Takes ball 2 up high. Nodelman, as we mentioned earlier, had a hit in 6 straight to start the season, but has been hitless in his past 4 in a mid-at-bat mound visit by head coach Joel Skipper, who looks out at the bullpen as there is action starting as Dalton Juden in trouble here once again.
Michael Hanna is warming for the Sodbusters behind Juden. Hanna out of Highlands Community College. He could be the next option for head coach Joel Skipper. And say the way Juden did manage to get through those first 4 innings, thinking maybe that 1, 2, 3, 4th would propel him further, but a good job of hitting for Fremont. Couple of soft singles and then a solid double for Espinoza down the line. And now Juden falling behind Grant Nodelman here as Fremont tries to tie and take the lead.
Well, this is already the second longest time that Juden has gone this season, and now his 4th appearance. 86 pitches. His season high was 89 pitches against Casper on the road back on June the 4th when he pitched 5 innings, but he is only through 4+ now as he is still not recorded an out in the 5th, as the first 3 have reached all on hits. Now 5 hits for Fremont, threatening to take the lead. So when we come back now, it's a 2-0 count. It's in the turf on the breaking ball, 3 balls and no strikes. First base is open. But you don't want to give Fremont more base runners that can potentially come home later. 3-0 pitch. See what Nodelman does if it's over the plates. We'll never know because it's not close up high. 4-pitch walk for Dalton Juden, and the bases are juiced with nobody out.
Does set up a double play potential here. We'll see what Hastings can get done with Carson Burnett coming to the plate for Fremont.
Bullpen getting hot if Juden cannot get out of this inning. Going to be tough to hold the lead with bases loaded, nobody out, and only up by 1 now. Carson Burnett bats, takes outside for ball 1. He is 0 for 2, has struck out and popped out. 4th walk now for Dalton to go along with his 6 strikeouts, 5 hits in today's game. The 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. At the top part of the zone, Burnett comes up empty. Burnett trying to find his first hit of the game and give Fremont at least a tie ball game. He swings and misses. Went to the hook there. Excellent breaking ball by Dalton. Now after swinging and missing at each of Dalton's normal pitches, see what he throws him here. Could argue for a waste pitch, but for Dalton, who has fell prone to the walk, want to do it as many least pitches as possible. Did go with the breaking ball, but spoiling it is Burnett.
6 strikeouts for Juden, but all of those coming in the first 2 innings. K would look really large here.
You get your strikeout here, then you're a pitch away from pulling it off. The tall right-hander has his sign, and again fouls it off. Went with the fastball that time on the outer part of the plate. Wyatt Yetter got this thing started with a leadoff single. He has since scored. It's gone after that a single, a double, and a walk. 1-2. Did he go? Check swing. He did. Strike 3 as Burnett chases one down low, and the big first out for Dalton Juden.
And Burnett knew it too, as he just calmly walked to the dugout. And now, how about a 6-4-3, 5-4-3, whatever. Let's find a way to get out of this with a double play.
It's the beer batter of tonight's contest, Isaac Bonner, who grounds it foul. I know Jason Frew's chanting for a strikeout right now. We want a double play. Just get it over now, because you never know who. The more batters you see and the more information gets relayed to the team, the more chance you're going to get that run home. Good pitch on the outside corner for strike 2. Again, that outside corner being utilized by both starting pitchers tonight. And no, really both sides on offense have not been able to pull the trigger on those. Juden taking a long look in, has his sign 0-2. Down the left field side, but it will get out of play. Into the Sodbuster bullpen, and some eager green jerseys go and pick that one up over there. Even though they're around baseballs all the time, they want to catch balls just like home run going into a bullpen. You always see the bullpen guys catching it. 0-2. Just misses. Sodbuster fans say the same thing. Oh, that's not a bad miss. You're right around the zone, and it can strike fear into the hitter. Oh my gosh, I probably shouldn't take that again. Fouled off again to the left side, and hanging tough is Isaac Bonner. Bonner is 0 for 2. He has reached twice without the benefit of a hit on an error and a fielder's choice. Can Dalton put him away? Just outside that time. That one a little bit farther outside than the last. 2-2 count. Base is still full, and Moo and on the bases antsy to come home, I would imagine. Juden brings it high for ball 3. And now the count runs full. From 0-2 to 3-2. No place to put Isaac Bonner with the lead in jeopardy. Dalton brings it home. Soft line drive. Delgado charging, diving, can't make it. One run is in. Here comes the other run. The ball is spiked into the ground by Delgado, who tried to hold on to it. But after the dust settles, it's a 2 RBI hit for Isaac Bonner, who wins the long battle and gives Fremont the lead.
Really good pitch for Juden. Bonner didn't get much on it, but he got it just where the Sodbusters were. Delgado headlong, did a good job of keeping it in front. Then he tried to come up and double clutch, and that allowed Bonner to move on to second base. So Fremont has the lead, and the Sodbusters are going to have a new pitcher as the call to the bullpen has been made And it looks like we're going to see Michael Hanna coming in next as the Hastings Sodbusters now trail it by a score of 3-2.
So Juden will get a nice ovation. Very good for 4 innings, but could not survive the 5th inning. And we'll be right back with the new Sodbuster pitcher.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters Baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
New pitcher on the mound for Hastings is Michael Hanna. Michael Hanna is going to be tasked with putting out a fire that was started by Dalton Juden, and all credit to Dalton, had 4 excellent innings, but 5th inning got away for him. Also credit Fremont for their good hitting as well. Hanna making his 3rd appearance in his Sodbuster season from Highland Community College, where he made 7 appearances for Highland in the spring season, but this summer season, in 2 relief stints, Michael has allowed an unearned run, has walked 3 and struck out 1. So still no ERA for him this summer, and we'll see if he can get this done and get the Sodbusters a chance to get the lead back here.
And you mentioned give Fremont credit, and just kind of bad luck for Dalton Juden, who felt like he was in bigger jams earlier in this game, but this time, little blue pit, double where the Sodbusters weren't. Walk, strikeout, and then the blooper on a 2-strike pitch. I mean, Dalton really didn't get beat around at all this inning, despite the fact that he has to leave after his 30 pitches in this inning, or 26, I guess, to be exact, but 103 pitches thrown for him on the day.
Yeah, Dalton, high pitch counts and just wore him out eventually, and it's tough. Throwing 100 times, as some guys are built for it. Guys can do it. It's just tough. 0-1, make it 0-2. 2 strikes looking for Cole Fowler. Pardon me, you guys want to see the whole part of the action, not just Michael Hanna throwing. There you go. Christmas present coming early for you. 0-2 now, as Cole Fowler did not swing at either of those pitches, and they were called strikes. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Michael Hanna, welcome back to Duncan Field, a 3-pitch strikeout.
Very, very good. And all the credit in the world to Ryan Valenta, who is running the TV part of it, running the video. He's doing the play-by-play. He's going to be selling popcorn later. He's the guy.
And probably handing out the post-game meal, too. Hanna now has 1 out to get. Printer over at short dives, collects it. He'll have a long throw to first, and it gets away. 2 runs are going to come home and score. And the Sodbusters oh so close to making that happen there, and the miraculous play, but Fremont now has 2 more. It's 5-2.
Unfortunate there. There's the first run batted in by Connor Peterson. We'll see if they call it single and error there, because that was really tough. I don't know if they would have gotten Peterson anyway, but then the throw gets away, allowing that second run to come across.
They are going to rule that a single. And I would imagine an error on Printer's throw to allow the second runner to score. But give Connor Peterson an RBI, a guy that just picks up his 3rd hit of the season, and it gives Fremont some cushion here. So now back to the top of the order, and the 9th man to come to the plate, Wyatt Yetter, who foul tips it off the glove of Nathan Massar. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. The first 4 reached in the inning. before a strikeout, then another single, a strikeout, a single. And that sets the stage here with Josh Blunt at the plate. Josh Blunt's fourth time rounds at the dish. Painted fastball for strike two. Michael sitting in the mid-80s with his fastball velocity, the 84 to 85 range. Oh, one more strike here and give your offense a chance. Still plenty of baseball left to be played, of course. Hannah brings it home. It's way outside this time. 2-2. Sodbuster's falling victim to a Fremont crooked number. Fremont put some good swings on the first batters of the inning, and costly error scores two more. Popped out of play, and staying alive is Josh Blunt. So again, officially that last play, a single by Connor Peterson. Give him one RBI and an error on Josh Printer, his second of the game, to allow the second run to come home and score, as Nodelman and Bonner both crossed. Hannah delivers in the turf, blocked by Massar. And to correct an earlier point, too, we know that Massar is a utility player, but officially listed as a right-handed pitcher / catcher. Usually you have one or the other, but it's a 3-2 pitch down low, and it's ball four. Hannah walks his first batter, and it's first and second with two outs.
Now you just try to find a way to get that third out. Fremont, it's been a while since they've had a 5-run inning. This offense is taking out a little frustration with 7 hits and not even through the 5th yet. Fremont has struggled mightily offensively, but starting to get it going a little bit now. Hannah tries to shut him down and end it here.
Fremont with 6 runs in 9 innings last night. They've already got 5 through 4+ innings. Ball one is down low into the turf, as the Fremont MOO have batted around in this top of the 5th inning. 10th man to come to the plate, Wyatt Yetter, who led off this inning with a single and came around to score. 7 hits for Fremont, 5 of them in this inning. Down low for ball 2.
And to put that in perspective, they had 4 hits yesterday. I mean, Fremont scored 6 runs, but it was a thoroughly frustrating 6 runs for them because they had so many more opportunities, just could not put the ball in play, but they'll take it in a 6-4 win over the Sodbusters.
Absolutely. That should have been probably an 11-4 game yesterday. 2-0 grounded to the left side, and that is the 6th hit of the inning. Peterson's going to get the wave around. It's cut off. The throw to the plate in time. Gunned down at the plate is Connor Peterson. Jarvis to Morales, who cuts down the runner. Fremont's going to have an argument at the plates, and we've got an ejection. Connor Peterson is tossed out of the game, arguing the call at home plate, and the home plate umpire gives him the thumb. And now head coach Connor McGonigal will get the perspective of the home plate umpire, and I mean, Peterson wasn't getting up in his face by any means, but he said something that is not okay. And see if McGonigal, he is apparently satisfied with the correction there. So we have a MOO that wants to head back to the pasture early. Peterson thrown out after being thrown out at the place. You can say he got thrown out twice there.
And it was a good call. Tremendous.
He was out, no doubts.
Yep. Jarvis, perfect throw. Hit your cutoff man and let Dino Morales do what he can do. Gun it. When the ball hit Morales' glove, I thought he can't get turned around and throw it quick enough, but he just threw a bullet. And credit to Massar, who had to catch and make the tag. It's about as good as it gets, and it's weird to say a big play in the game, but if Hastings can rally, we'll circle that one to keep this a 3-run game, even though Fremont did put up a 5 spot.
Absolutely. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Back after our quick break at Duncan Field. Going to have a new second baseman as Connor Peterson for Fremont was just ejected from the game, arguing that he was called out at home plate. And second ejection we've seen at Duncan Field this year, and a second ejection this week. We saw the Plainsman head coach Bo Boyle get thrown out earlier this week, and that is the second one that we have seen. So the new second baseman in for Fremont is Hunter Snyder, who replaces Connor Peterson, who gets the rest of the night off. But how about the excellent relay from Ryan Jarvis to Dino Morales down to home to Nathan Massar to apply the tag and cut down the potential 6th run of the game and inning. Fremont's all 5 runs have come in the 5th inning. It's Cale Jensen at bats. He still goes up against the starter, and that one is hit a mile high to right field, but just a bit too high, and it will be put away by the right fielder, Wyatt Yetter. Loud sound off the bat, but just got under it.
It's been a weird game in terms of the fact that it's odd to say that we've seen good defense, but there have been some amazing defensive plays despite the fact that we have 5 errors on the board combined between the two teams.
Just to put that hit into perspective there, 99 off the bat, and it looked like a lazy fly ball just because the launch angle was so high there by Cale Jensen. Dino Morales bats with 1 out and nobody on. First pitch is fouled back over our heads from Logan Anderson, who has settled in nicely after that first inning where he's allowed 2 runs, 3 scoreless innings, and has only allowed a handful of base runners which have been scattered. No real threat for the Sodbusters besides the last half inning when they stranded 2nd and 3rd. Jensen flies out. Morales at bat. He has walked and scored. He has also struck out. Pitch from Anderson ahead in the counts. Ground ball softly to 3rd, and making the play is Isaac Bonner. Throw over to 1st in time for out number 2. Wasn't the cleanest of fielding, but no pictures on the scorecard. That's good enough for a 5-3 ground out.
Yeah, the Sodbusters lamenting that 4th inning. We got the leadoff walk and then double play, followed by hit batsman single. If you take that double play out of there, Hastings likely gets a run on the board.
Only 2 hits for the Sodbusters to speak of so far. And the man at the plate, Ryan Jarvis, has one of them. Jarvis, guy who's been a healthy addition to this team, didn't get here initially at the start of the season. Jarvis from Macomb, Michigan, Saginaw Valley State product. Saginaw Valley State, 41-18 spring season, making a Division II Super Regional. And just horrible end to the season there as their games against Indianapolis University, they lost both games by 1 run. 1-1 pitch to Ryan Jarvis. Takes a big hack and fouls it off to the left side. So Jarvis kind of looking like a different guy at the plate. We told you already. Swung at the first or at least the second pitch in just about every at-bat starting the season, and he has been very much more patient at the plate as of late. Down to his last strike. Serves it softly, and that is on a short hop, I believe. They throw over to first. Whatever it is, it's an out at first base. And the Sodbusters are turned away in order for the first time today. 3 up, 3 down, nothing doing for the Busters. We'll be right back with the 6th inning.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil. Tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris. Plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Top of the 6th inning, Busters turned away quietly in the bottom of the 5th inning. 5-2 game, Fremont getting all 5 of their runs. In the top of the 5th inning, Sodbusters scoreless since the 1st inning and have been limited to 2 hits. Michael Hanna back out on the mound and back on the main mic. Steve Stein.
Thank you very much, Ryan Valenta. A game which has featured 5 errors to this point and a bunch of pitches. 5-2. We'll see if the Sodbusters can rally here. Fremont team, which has been struggling mightily, scoring runs. They get 5 in 1 inning, and it's been a while since the MOO has been able to do that, and it was legit. They were able to get not necessarily hard hit balls, but well-placed balls to trace Dalton Juden, and Michael Hanna came in, gave up a couple of hits, and now 5 runs, 8 hits for the Fremont MOO, as they were able to get 6 of those hits during the course of the 5th inning. And Fremont tries to get it going here with Cooper Fucino against Michael Hanna. Hanna, right-handed pitcher. There is action behind him, and we see another Juden sighting. Dalton started the game, and Fred, we talked about the fact that he's been battling a little bit of an arm issue. He is warming today, so maybe not wanting to giving him a start. Bring him in a situation where he can do some long relief, and that could be the situation here, but right now they'll try to get through this 6th inning with Michael Hanna, who will be working out of the stretch to begin the inning, and Cooper Fucino stands in. Fucino's had a good day already with a couple of hits and a run scored, and Michael's first pitch swung on, foul tipped into the glove of Nathan Massar, who continues to catch. We've got Yamato Sato at first, Drew Vega at second, Josh Printer the shortstop, and at third, it is Dino Morales. Lights are on here at Duncan Field as foul ball off the bat of Fucino, and no balls and 2 strikes on Cooper Fucino, Californian, who's playing his college ball at Creighton. 5-2, Fremont on top. All the runs coming for the MOO last inning. Pitch just off the inside part of the plate, 1-2 on Cooper Fucino, as Michael Hanna trying to get his 2nd strikeout since coming in. He's walked 1 and allowed 2 hits. Hanna takes a look in at Massar, comes set, and brings it home. Overthrew that one. It's down to the turf. And 2 balls and 2 strikes on Fucino. Yesterday, the Sodbusters fell behind early, but got a great relief outing from Creighton Jacobitz, who continued to put zeros on the board, allowed only 1 run in 5 2/3, and Fucino watches it go by for strike 3. So the 2nd strikeout for Michael Hanna. Struck out the first man he faced, Cole Fowler, then gave up that infield single on a really good pitch. Followed that up with a walk. And now it's Steven Espinoza. Had an RBI double last inning. He's reached base twice. He is 1 for 2. 3 straight hits to get that rally going in the 5th inning for the Fremont MOO, and they would end up plating 5 in the inning. Hanna out of the stretch, brings it home. It's outside for ball 1, 1-0 on the Fremont MOO shortstop. Fremont will have a couple of days off before they host the Hastings Sodbusters. So Hastings will make the road trip to Fremont for the only time this year. They'll have 3 games, June 24th, 25th, and 26th. And then at long last, Hastings will have a little break. No games the 27th or the 28th. 1-1 delivery. And Espinoza pops it foul out of play on the right side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you're in the Hastings area, 3 games in 2 days this weekend. The Prospects will be in for a doubleheader tomorrow, and then the Nebraska Prospects again on Sunday, a 6:35 game. Tomorrow's doubleheader at 6 p.m., and that'll end the first half of the Independence League schedule. And if this score holds, Casper will win the first half. Bouncing ball back up the middle, could be trouble, and it's off the glove of Vega and into center field. Been a tough night. There's been a few plays where the Sodbusters have been close to getting to, and that's baseball. And hopefully Vega's up and all right. He had the hard hit from the umpire last night in a big collision. That time he dove, and I'm not sure if the ball got a piece of his body after it went off his glove, but he's still putting all the pieces back together as he tries to make his way back to his position.
Thought maybe diving into there, the glove hand bent a little bit, hoping it wasn't like a sprain of a wrist or anything like that, and then almost looked like, it didn't slide very well either, so it could have been a knee or a leg thing, but leave Drew alone. He's just getting beat up, but I guess that one was on his own accord.
He was a good football player, quarterback in high school, so he's taken some hits before and got a chance to play baseball and football for his dad in Arkansas. Kind of cool deal. Pitch is taken high and away for ball 1. Grant Nodelman at the plate now. He drew a walk and scored his last time up. He's been on base all 3 times, 0 for 1 officially, reached on an error, and 2 base on balls for Nodelman. 5-2, Fremont looking for more with 1 on and 1 out here in the 6th inning. And the delivery. Right there for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Grant Nodelman. Nodelman going to be heading on to Sam Houston State for his next college experience. He's 1 for 9 against Hastings pitching this year, but a very productive day today as he's been on base all 3 times. Watches this one go by for ball 2 just outside. 2-1 the count. It's Gary Hall, the home plate umpire. Bill Biven working the field today at Duncan Field. Wind continues to blow in from center, about 20 miles an hour. 88 degrees at game time. It's cooled some. Really pleasant day for baseball. We've had a lot of those. The pitch is in there for strike 2. 2-2 the count. Hastings has been dynamite at home. Sodbusters coming into today's contest 9-2 at Duncan Field. 4-4 on the road. They're going to have to get their bags packed and have another long road trip. Actually, a split road trip. They'll play 3 at Fremont, then a couple of days off before going to Pierre to take on Oahe for 2. So not the long road trip that they had earlier this year where they played 8 games and did not return home as they went to Casper, Oahe, to Spearfish before returning to Grand Island. 2-2 the count after foul ball off the bat of Grant Nodelman. Right-handed pitcher Michael Hanna working to the lefty. Small lead over at first. The pitch a little bit low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's full now on Nodelman. Espinoza with a 1-out single. He's looking to make a move to second base, and Nodelman has worked it full here in the 6th. Michael Hanna trying to put a 0 on the board and keep it close. 3-2 pitch. Skied in the air to right field. Jensen back. He's underneath it, and Cale Jensen makes the play in right field. There are 2 outs. So Michael Hanna winning that battle, and now he'll try to take care of Carson Burnett. Burnett, a couple of strikeouts and a pop-up. He is 0 for 3 in the day. Burnett, another one of the guys who have been scuffling at times this year at .216. But Fremont with 9 hits on the day. It has been a while since the Moo have been able to accumulate that many hits in a ball game. Talking to their broadcaster, it's just been a mighty struggle offensively the last couple of weeks. Runner does not go. Pitch taken high. Ball 1. And you're hoping Hastings is not helping him out. You had the 13 free passes yesterday, kind of at least letting those guys feel what it's like to get on base again. That's the difference in the contest yesterday. The Sodbusters out-hit them 8-4, but lost in that contest. Pitch is taken upstairs. Sodbusters lost the game 6-4 despite doubling them in hits. 2-0 on Burnett. 2 outs, 1 on for Fremont. Top half of the 6th inning. Fremont trying to get back to 2 games above 500. Sodbusters are 7 over. They got to 8 games above 500 for the first time in franchise history. 2-0 delivery is fouled away, and that may have caught the catcher, may have caught the home plate umpire, and hopefully everybody's okay. Nobody reacting too severely there, as you will see Massar come out and visit with his pitcher just to give Gary Hall a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, it looked like that was almost a double doink off Massar and the home plate umpire too, and umpires will do it for the catchers if they get plunked by a ball, and it's always nice to see the backstops return the favor.
So, back into the batter's box is Carson Burnett, first baseman for the Fremont MOO. And Michael Hanna. Check of the runner and the pitch. Just misses a little bit low. 3-1 the count on Burnett. 1 out single and then a fly out to right. Cale Jensen played his part in that one for the Hastings Sodbusters. Alexiel Delgado in center, Ryan Jarvis in left. And a 5-pitch walk issued, so 2 on and 2 out now for Isaac Bonner. Bonner with a big hit last inning. A single to drive home 2 on a little blooper as he won the battle against Dalton Juden, and that was the final batter that Dalton Juden faced. And here comes the beer batter for the Fremont MOO. Trying to get the fans back into it, down by 3, 5-2. Pitch is hit hard to the right side. Great scoop from Vega. Throw to first. Safe. Yamato Sato was pulled off the bag. He tried to get back and couldn't get there. And the inning continues for Fremont as the bases are full.
I don't know. Sato did come off the bag. You were absolutely right about that. So it appeared that he might have gotten it back there. I think he might have gotten it back there just before Bonner crosses.
So unfortunate for the Sodbusters there. And say you try to give all the guys an opportunity to play, as we will see Cole Fowler step in and take strike 1. And Sato's done so many good things defensively over at first base, but he is a little smaller than a couple of the other guys who play first, and you know that would have had a little more breathing room might have been a guy over there like Jack Borgman. Just kind of bad luck, another one of those weird plays that has gone against Hastings today, but Michael Hanna could still get out of this with no damage done if he finds his way by Cole Fowler, who he struck out the last time, and he's got him down 0-2. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Nice job for Hanna to put that previous play behind him, and after all of that, Fremont does not score. They'll leave the bases full, and we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It's still 5-2 MOO.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com.
We bring you Sodbuster Baseball. Hastings on the short end of a 5-2 score, trying to find a way to battle back here. That was a big 0 put on the board by Michael Hanna, as he was able to battle through a single, a walk, and an error to load the bases behind him, and he struck out Cole Fowler for the second time. Meanwhile, Logan Anderson continues to roll on for the Fremont MOO. Anderson has had a couple of tough innings, but allowing only 2 runs, neither of them earned. He's allowed only 2 hits, struck out 3 and walked 4. It feels like Hastings has got better swings than to have only 2 hits in the day. Yamato Sato's 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts. Sodbusters lamenting some missed opportunities in a couple of different frames. See what they can get done here. A 5-2 score, bottom half of the 6th inning, and here comes Yamato. Sato, big deep breath, stands in the right-handed box, and Logan Anderson's first pitch is fouled away. No balls and 1 strike on Yamato Sato for the Hastings Sodbusters. For Anderson, 81 pitches thrown, as he had only a 9-pitch inning and setting the Sodbusters down in order in the 5th. One of his best performances of the day. But you would think one more inning maybe would be it for him. Pitch taken outside. It's 1-1 on Yamato Sato. Sato with 2 tremendous defensive plays in foul territory earlier. One running full away from home plate, going down that slope. Never was able to look back and just basically caught it over the shoulder. And then caught one right up against the fence in foul territory. Playing first base, not his accustomed catcher's role. He's also DH'd this year. He's adding the count here. 2 balls and a strike for Yamato Sato, and the delivery. Popped up, foul, and out of play, 2-2 on Sato. He walked his first time up, and like I said, he's grounded out, but he was a victim of a 6-4 put out on the bases. So he is 0 for 1 coming into this at bat. His last outing was his best in terms of hits. He went 2 for 5, a double, 2 runs batted in, and 1 run scored in a victory over the Plainsmen. Plainsmen playing at Casper today. And Oahe is at Spearfish. 2-2 pitch. A little bit low for ball 3. Fremont's thinking they had strike 3, not called that way. So Sato will have another opportunity to see a pitch from Logan Anderson. Here's the delivery. It's outside for a ball. Good job for Sato. Remember that last at bat when he grounded out. He had a 10-pitch at bat the last time. Battles here on 7 pitches and draws the walk and working the pitch count against Logan Anderson.
Yeah, and Logan Anderson now at 86 pitches on the afternoon/evening. His season high 97 in his last start last week, so he's probably got a few more in the tank before Fremont will be forced to be going to the bullpen.
Welch walked his last time up as he stands in and takes outside for ball 1. Tyler Welch, a 4-pitch walk back in the 4th. He hit into a fielder's choice grounder to end the 1st. Sodbusters' only runs coming in the opening frame. They took a 2-0 lead. It would stay that way until the 5th. 5 runs, 4 of those earned for the Fremont MOO. 1-0 delivery. Right down the pipe for strike 1. 1-1 on Tyler Welch. Wants to be a baseball coach, and what better way to get experience? Play some summer ball, get a chance to play some different positions. Working under his college coach, Joel Skipper, who's down in the 3rd base box. Off-speed pitch misses, 2 balls and 1 strike. Corey Coranda coaches at first for the Hastings Sodbusters. The 3rd coach this year is Danny Weiser, also a Hastings College product. So he is working with pitchers, and that pitching staff's had a really, really good summer. Last night notwithstanding, but you look at it, a team ERA for the Hastings Sodbusters coming in at 4.58, but here at home they have been dynamite, a 2.84 earned run average. 2-1 pitch. Bouncing ball to the left side. That could be 2. Shortstop to second for 1. Over to first. Safe. Good hustle down the line for Tyler Welch to beat it out. Steven Espinoza dished it to Hunter Snyder. Snyder's relay throw not in time, so 1 on and 1 out for Nathan Massar.
A very slow developing play, and credit to Fremont for making that return to first, making it a lot closer than we thought it would have been. 9 times out of 10 easily beats the Rapid first, but Sodbusters still have a runner on.
Nathan Massar has been a nice 2-way performer for this Hastings Sodbuster team as he takes high for ball 1. He's 1-1 on the mound with a 3.31 ERA, making 4 appearances there. Against Fremont this year, 1 for 2 heading into today's game, and he was a winning pitcher against the MOO. 1-0 delivery, that's way outside for ball 2 as he pitched in that doubleheader on Saturday that the two teams met in earlier this season. 5-2, Fremont on top today. Massar's got skills where he can play a lot of different positions, but it's probably going to be pitcher and or catcher for Saginaw Valley when he gets his first opportunity as he redshirted this past year. 1-2 the count now on Massar. A walk and a fielder's choice grounder as they will keep Tyler Welsh close over at first base. That was a really loud cricket sound effect that time. Man, they pumped it. Almost scared me. Like giant crickets have invaded. Not the cicadas, we have crickets here in central Nebraska. 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. Massar out in front of that one, and Anderson wins that battle. And there's 2 outs for Alexiel Delgado. So we'll see what Alexiel can get to. A guy who's majoring in business at Carolina University. Had he not played baseball, he talked about the possibility of being an engineering major, but did not want to explore that kind of major while you're playing 60 games of baseball plus fall ball. Pitch taken for a strike, no balls and 1 strike on Alexiel Delgado, very personable young man. He stands in the right-handed box. Crickets sound louder, the train sounds loud. It's just a loud night here. Fans are not very loud. Just looking for something to cheer for right now. The Sodbusters on the short end of 5-2 game, and if they've been coming to games on a regular basis, they've seen a lot of wins, 9 out of 11 winners at home. Hastings is going to have to rally late if they are going to get their 10th win on the home field. Pitch right across for a strike. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Alexiel Delgado. Guy who was 4 for 12 against Fremont coming into today, now 4 for 13. Reached on an error back in the second, hit by a pitch in the 4th. Ball bounces in there for ball 2, 2-2 the count on Delgado. Runner at first is Welch, 2 outs. Sodbusters not sending Welch at this point, not the fastest of the Sodbusters. And a moderate lead for him over at first. 2-2 delivery. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Shortstop's got it, steps on the bag, no problem there for Espinoza, who forces Welch out to end the inning. Delgado, a fielder's choice grounder to end it. We head to the 7th. It's still Fremont 5, Hastings 2, and this is Sodbuster Baseball. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
This is Sodbuster Baseball as they wrap up the parachute race, another of the many activities that go on. If you want to see Sodbuster Baseball, come on out. A heck of a lot of fun for the kids and adults alike as the Sodbusters trail this game by a score of 5-2. Michael Hanna asked to go back out again. Did a decent job getting out of difficulty in that 6th inning, has worked around a bases-loaded situation to put a 0 on the board. Now he's going to face 9-1-2 for the Fremont MOO. We get our first look at Hunter Snyder at the plate. He came in for Connor Peterson, who was tossed after he got gunned down at home on a nice relay throw from Ryan Jarvis to Dino Morales to Nathan Massar back in that 5th inning. So Hunter Snyder will be ready to go as the warm-up toss is still being completed. Hunter Snyder's first trip to the plate, he's out of Columbia University and has batted .206 with 3 runs batted in and 3 runs scored. His best game of the year coming against Casper on Tuesday. when he went 3 for 4 with a run batted in. 3 of their 6 hits in that game were in the column of the young man we'll see today, Hunter Snyder. He has had limited playing time against Hastings, 0 for 2 with an RBI and a run score. Michael Hanna has done a nice job at Highlands Community College. He's planning to play his next college ball for Joel Skipper here in Hastings for the Broncos. As still one more warm-up toss to get in. Gorgeous night for baseball here, and if you're in the Hastings area, doubleheader tomorrow. The Nebraska Prospects come to town. 6 o'clock, and then one more game with the Prospects on Sunday before the Sodbusters hit the road for Fremont. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then 2 days off before going to Oahe. Sodbusters wouldn't be home again until July 1st. So if you want to see the Sodbusters, a couple of more chances before a week or so away. Left-handed hitter Hunter Snyder steps in against Michael Hanna as we have the first pitch of the 7th inning forthcoming. And it's outside and low for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Hunter Snyder. Logan Anderson's gone all the way for Fremont. Sodbusters using their second pitcher. Michael Hanna will be throwing his 40th pitch of the day. No action behind him. We saw Fred Juden up behind Hanna. He's not throwing now, and it may be that he was just getting more bullpen work too, because he's just coming off that arm situation. I thought maybe they were warming him up to bring him in, but that may have not have been the case. 2-0 the count now on Snyder. Michael Hanna's delivery. Called strike on the inside corner, 2-1. Gary Hall has drawn the ire of both teams so far, and if you're an umpire, all you can ask is to be derided by both teams. That means you're probably doing your job. Pitch fouled away, 2-2. But Fremont, at times, really got irritated, particularly Connor Peterson after he got gunned down at home, which I think was the right call. It was close. Pitch from Hanna, and a foul ball. That may have gotten a piece of Massar, and the home plate umpire is going to give Massar a couple of moments.
Like you mentioned about the ejection for Connor Peterson, arguing the potential right call. I mean, you're up in the ball game 5-2, and your offense is looking pretty good right now. It's not like you just got thrown out at the plate with the game-tying run. Just not a smart move by Peterson. Could argue it's a quick hook, but, I mean, second you start using those magic words, no umpire is going to let you stay around.
Yep, and we're not sure what those magic words were. Thankfully, we don't have the field mic. Probably a good thing. We don't have the button. 3-2 now on Hunter Snyder. So an extended at bat here to begin this 7th inning, and out of the wind goes Hanna, and he misses for ball 4. So Snyder aboard, and Josh Blunt will be the next hitter for the Fremont MOO.
Going 5th time through the lineup now for Fremont, and only 5 runs on the board. We could very well see the Fremont lineup turn over for the 6th time here before all is said and done.
5-2 MOO. Need to put a 0 on the board, see if the offense can rally late for this Hastings team as we're in the final third of this one. And Josh Blunt comes to the plate now for Fremont. 1 for 3. He's walked, he's struck out, and takes ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Top half of the 7th inning, the Fremont MOO with the lead over the Hastings Sodbusters. 12 meetings for the teams this year, and it's been very even so far. Fremont trying to even the season series at 3 apiece. Fremont won the first. The Sodbusters got a sweep of a 3-game series. Fremont gets a little revenge yesterday after their long, extended bus trip. You thought if ever a team was ripe to beat, it was Hastings against Fremont, as they just got a devastating loss handed to them by Casper the night before. Had bus issues, didn't arrive until 5 o'clock, but Hastings could not take advantage. 2-0 pitch now is on the outside corner for a strike. 2-1 on Josh Blunt. But too many walks early on, just gifting Fremont runs as they scored 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Their first 4 runs coming without the benefit of a hit. 2-1 delivery. Fouled away, 2-2. I'm sure they were frustrated not scoring more runs, but it dims the frustration when you win the ball game. Certainly a frustrating night for the Sodbusters, who missed some opportunities, out-hit them, and lost 6-4. You'll have your ebbs and flows, and you just hope this isn't the start of an ebb here, as middle of a long stretch of consecutive games. 2-2 delivery is way outside, 3-2, and now Hannah's in danger of walking his second straight. No action behind Michael Hanna at this point. Josh Blunt back in the left-handed box, and Michael Hanna. Check of the runner, not going. Pitch is rifled to the right side, fielded by Vega. Throws to second for one, over to first, safe. 4-6 on the putout, but what about Vega? Great turn to get the lead runner, and Printer is wondering why that wasn't an out call at first. It's a fielder's choice grounder, but they get the lead man, and 1 on, 1 out for Wyatt Yetter.
Naked eye, bang, bang play. I think they got it right there, just ahead of the throw. Could probably go either way. I mean, whoever gets on the wrong end of the call will have some sort of argument, but just what a play to make it even close.
So a big first out there. Off-speed pitch stays high to Wyatt Yetter. Yetter 2 for 3 with a run scored. He's walked the course of this game. Sodbusters, too many walks the last couple of days. 7 walks today after they issued 13 free passes in that 6-4 loss yesterday. 1-0 delivery right there for strike one. 1-1 the count. Tell you what, you throw strikes at Duncan Field, and you have a decent chance to have a pretty good record, because this ballpark is not going to give up a great number of runs unless you hand it to them. 2-0 delivery. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Yetter may have gone after ball 3. Wyatt Yetter had a single his last time up. That's very easily could have brought home a run, but that was the play where Connor Peterson was gunned down at home. Hanna out of the stretch, the 1-2 pitch. Beauty, swing and a miss. Got him. And there are 2 outs in the inning. Hanna trying to put another 0 on the board, and Cooper Fucino, tough out, coming to the plate for this Fremont MOO team.
Fastball for strike 2, breaking ball for strike 3. Really tough to catch up. Could argue, it's tough when you throw breaking balls in the zone, but when you're probably looking fastball with the pitcher not throwing a lot of breaking balls, you get totally fooled by it.
Cooper Fucino already with his 3rd multi-hit game of the year against the Hastings Sodbusters. He has got it going coming into today, 6 for 11, and now 8 for 14 against the Sodbusters with a 2 for 4 day in progress. He's ahead in the count here, 1 ball and no strikes, and he's DHing today, but when he's behind home plate, he's pretty tough to run on too. 1-0 delivery. Fucino hits this one a mile high into center field. Alexiel Delgado apparently has a beat on it. He'll make the catch, and that'll do it. Fremont turned away, so the leadoff walk does not hurt. Head of the bottom half of the 7th inning. It's still Fremont 5, Hastings 2, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
It is Sodbuster Baseball, as there will be a new pitcher for the Fremont MOO. Luka Vukcevic, 6'2", 215-pounder out of Skyline College. They're the Trojans. He's from Auckland, New Zealand, making his debut here at Duncan Field, and he will try to keep this thing going for Fremont. Vuksevich 1-0, a 1.4 ERA, making his 5th appearance in 10 innings. He's allowed 6 runs, just 2 of those earned. He's allowed only 2 hits, striking out 7, walking 6. So the New Zealander will be facing the top of the order in Vega, Printer, and Jensen. And a tip of the hat to the starter for the Fremont MOO. Logan Anderson working 6 solid innings, 2 unearned runs on just 2 hits. With 5 walks and 4 strikeouts, he ends his day in line to pick up the victory for the Fremont MOO. It would be his first of the year.
And Vuksevich on the mound, like you mentioned, making his 5th start, and 3 of those 4 have kind of been long relief appearances, all out of the bullpen, but 3 of those 4 appearances he has gone exactly 3 innings in relief. Did pick up a win in one of those, and last seen back on Tuesday, so he's only had a couple of days of full rest before he comes back. So his last outing, 3 innings and 54 pitches against Casper.
As the Hastings Sodbusters trying to get to him. If Vuksevich can pitch 3 innings today, he would pick up another save. The Sodbusters down by 3 runs here as the pitch is taken inside for a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes on Drew Vega. Vega had a hit in his last at bat, a single. And he is 1 for 3 on the day for the Sodbusters. Top of the order, see if they can get her done right here as the pitch misses for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Drew Vega, the Arkansas Tech Wonder Boy. 340 coming into today and 364 at home. He's been one of the guys who swings it really well here at Duncan Field. 2-0 the count, nobody on. First man to bat here in the bottom of the 7th. Sodbusters trying to rally late, just 2 hits. They've been out hit 9-2, and you could argue they could trail by much more than this with those hitting numbers. Particularly, you give up 9 hits, and you also commit 4 errors. For the Sodbusters to only give up 5 runs is pretty amazing. 3-0 the count now on Drew Vega. Pitch misses, 4-pitch walk, and Vega's aboard. And you look at some pretty courageous pitches for Dalton Juden and Michael Hanna to keep extra runs off the board during the course of this game when things haven't gone well behind them. And now we'll see Josh Printer come to the plate. Printer is 0 for 3. It's been a frustrating day for him in a lot of different ways. His quick visit to the mound, the catcher comes out and tries to settle down the new pitcher, Vuksevich. The Kiwi, New Zealander. I don't know if I have announced a New Zealand baseball player. It's been kind of like it's been a melting pot here in the Independence League this year. Runner goes, pitch taken low, and the throw down is not going to be in time. Vega swipes the base. He's in scoring position with nobody out. The speed of Drew Vega, 8 stolen bases in 10 attempts to lead the Hastings Sodbuster team.
Drew Vega, fast. Talked with him last night, said, what else should we know about you? Only thing he said was, I'm fast.
And he has certainly shown that. It's been a nice addition to the top of the lineup as Josh Printer watches it go by. 2 balls and no strikes on Josh. Runner in scoring position. Nobody out. Sodbusters trying to come back from a 5-2 deficit. As the look back to second, and the pitch misses outside. 3 balls and no strikes, and Vuksevich still trying to find the strike zone. But we have seen Panama. We have seen Canada. Hastings Sodbusters have a Japanese player on the team. And now this Fremont squad with an international flavor, New Zealand.
Are they Kiwi flavored?
Yes. 3-0 pitch. I was going to make a Kiwi reference. I just couldn't come up with it. Ryan Valenta's on it. He is on it.
Well, we got to make a flavor for the rest of the countries now.
3-1, nobody out. Game on the line here. Spot of the 7th inning. Sodbusters trying to chip away, trailing at 5-2, and there's strike 1. Sorry, strike 2. Cale Jensen will come to the plate next for the Hastings Sodbusters as Printer's watched a couple of go by. Now full count as Printer steps out. Vuksevich and Printer battling it out here in the bottom of the 7th. A leadoff walk, a stolen base for Drew Vega. Vega aboard for the 2nd time in 4 plate appearances. Josh Printer trying to reach. 3-2 pitch. Bounces in there And the Sodbusters will have 2 base runners aboard with nobody out for their 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up.
Perfect time, part of the lineup, and perfect time to have them up. Assistant coach Ben Asher probably didn't think he was going to have to make a visit to the mound this early in the inning, but like we mentioned, a lot of the numbers from Vuksevich were coming from his last outing. Of those 6 runs he gave up, 4 of them came in that last outing, so perhaps he's on a little bit of an off spurt right now, and good strategy move just to calm your pitcher down and say, hey, we've got a 3-run lead. These guys are pesky. They've done it before. Just throw the ball over the zone best you can. We'll do the rest for you.
In that Casper game, he did allow 4 runs, just 1 of them earned, however, on the 3 hits and 2 walks. So now we'll see Gary Hall, plate umpire, come out and try to break up this long discussion. Sodbusters first and second, nobody out. Cale Jensen will be stepping to the plate, reached on an error his first time up, has since struck out and rifled one to right, but it was an out. So the Sodbusters have big hits, which have not resulted in base hits. Josh Printer with 2 hard fly ball outs to left and center, his last 2 at-bats before he walked.
And another guy with a large, loud fly ball out his last time up. Cale Jensen hit it 99 off the bat, but just too high and didn't go anywhere.
Wind blowing in from right center field. Runner from second goes to third. Throw down is going to be safe. It was a late call. Did they call him safe? Did they call him out? And I think the field umpire is going to try to get some help from the home plate umpire. It appeared Vega beat the call, but then did he slide off the bag? And will he be ruled out? He is apparently going to be safe, much to the chagrin of the Fremont MOO. Or no? Well, now
Joel Skipper doubled over.
Vega's called out.
So he overslid the base, I guess.
Unfortunate for the Sodbusters there, as Vega is out, and so instead of first and second, no one out. And they preach aggressiveness here, but that hurts. And now a throwaway at first on the pickoff play, so Printer's going to get into scoring position. He makes the turn at second and stays there, and now gets halfway to third before coming back. So the error will allow Printer to reach second, but a huge caught stealing, so there's 1 on and 1 out. It's the Hastings Sodbusters trying to get what they can out of this inning. They lose their leadoff man on the caught stealing. After Vega stole second, I think an overslide was called there at third base, as Jensen fouls it out of play after all of that. Hastings Sodbusters down 5-2, as we have now seen another error in this contest. That is 7 officially. 3 on Fremont, 4 on Hastings. Now make it Jensen up there with an 0-2 count, takes upstairs, and it's 1-2. Bottom of the 7th, high drama here as the Sodbusters trying to rally late, down 5-2. Still only 2 hits for Hastings. The Hastings Sodbusters with Jensen taking high for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes in the 7th inning. Scott Galusha on vacation, but not really, because he's watching Sodbuster baseball. He's not even going to say what he said about that last particular play. But Scott, calm down. Enjoy the grandchildren. Just enjoy the grandchildren, all right? Even though you're not with us, I know what you're thinking. 3-2 is the count now on Cale Jensen, so he's battled all the way back. Vuksevich still hasn't really found his zone. I guess that's one disappointing thing about going in that situation. Got a guy who's really laboring, and the Sodbusters did give up an out. But if you're going to be aggressive, you're going to be aggressive. And now Jensen strikes out, and so Sodbusters seemingly having Vuksevich on the ropes, but you look out there, and there's a runner at second, and 2 men are out, and Dino Morales trying to salvage this inning. Got a guy who's really battling it on the mound as Vuksevich has come in. He's thrown 16 pitches, 5 strikes. But he's on the verge of getting through this 7th unscathed, and a big first swing for Dino Morales, and it's out of play on the foul ball. Dino 0 for 2, a walk and a run scored back in the first. That's the only offense for Hastings. 2 runs in the first. Fremont has 5 runs in the 5th, and that is it. The Moo have out-hit the Sodbusters 9-2, however. And the pitch coming from Vuksevich. High for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Looks like there is action behind Michael Hanna in the Hastings bullpen. As Michael's done a good job keeping the game where it's at. Battling through a couple of tough situations. 0-1 delivery is upstairs for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike to count on Dino Morales as he stands in the right-handed box for the Hastings Sodbusters. Runner at second base and 2 outs. Anything to the grass likely scores Josh Printer from second. Pitch is upstairs, 3-1. So Vuksevich has had a 3-ball count to every batter he's faced this inning. A walk to Vega, a walk to Printer. Got Cale Jensen on a 3-2 strikeout, and he's behind Morales 3-1. A lot of pitches thrown for Vuksevich, but no damage. 3-1 delivery upstairs. So first and second for the second time this inning, and Ryan Jarvis has had some big 2-out moments. See if he can come up with one here to get at least 1 run home. It'd be very disappointing if the Sodbusters can't get a run home after they had first and second and no one out. 5-2 the score. And that the 8th walk for Fremont pitchers. So again, it's not been a work of art as the two teams have combined for 15. Bouncing ball right at the second baseman. He'll step on the bag, and Fremont turns them away as Hunter Snyder fields that cleanly. He will force Dino Morales and Ryan Jarvis a fielder's choice grounder to end a disappointing 7th inning. No runs, no hits. 2 men left. We head to the 8th inning. It's 5-2 Fremont, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters Baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
This is Sodbuster Baseball as we're back early so we can catch the dizzy bat race. This is always entertaining, and it's a couple of big dudes who are likely going to be falling down. Fremont leads it 5-2. Here they go. Oops. One guy isn't even moving. The other one is making his way, airplaning his way toward. The other one is, hey, I give them credit. They maintained control and did not fall down. If you'd have told me that neither one of those guys are going to fall down, I'd say you're crazy. But that's the way the final on-field contest ends today. And now, how about some baseball? The Hastings Sodbusters try to put another 0 on the board, and we will take it to Ryan Valenta to finish things off.
So Michael Hanna's back out there. Of course, thank you, Steve, for locking it down here. Before we get on to the 8th inning, we check out some other Independence League. Oahe and Spearfish putting up some numbers again. That one is 8-6 in favor of Oahe in the 7th inning. It does not look like the Plainsman and Casper game has started. Just checked their social media page. Nothing on there about a cancellation or a delay or anything. So if somebody wants to look up the weather for us in Casper and tell us what's going on there, or what's happening, that'd be great. Because once again, Sodbusters, any loss by them or any win by Casper will give the Spuds the first half Independence League title, and for the Spuds too, well-deserved. Only 4 losses on the season so far. Been playing some excellent baseball. First pitch swinging into left field is Steven Espinoza, who collects his 3rd hit of the game, and it's his 3rd hit in as many at-bats with the leadoff single.
Yep, sometimes it's one at-bat that gets you going. He had the big RBI double as part of that 5-run 5th inning, and now all of a sudden he's hot.
So Hanna gives up the leadoff base hit. He is back out for his third full inning of work. Again, he had only pitched 2 previous appearances of 1 inning each, so this is uncharted territory for Hanna, the Highland Community College product. Now batting Grant Nodelman, the left-handed hitting catcher. Still looking for his first hit. Fremont now with double digits in hits with 10 to go along with their 5 runs, and again 6 of them came in that gargantuan 5th inning, and you're just surprised that they didn't score more. 5-2 ball game, still a winnable game for the Sodbusters. We've seen them come back from this exact deficit before. They erased 3 runs for the Plainsmen just earlier this week. Nodelman down in the count 1-2 with a leadoff base runner on and nobody else. That's hit pretty well to the gap in right center field. Delgado and Jensen over. It's Delgado in the right center field gap to put it away for the first out of the inning. Retreating to first is Espinoza.
Great range for Alexiel Delgado. He's a guy that can cover a lot of territory. When that came off the bat, you were thinking, uh-oh, but a nice job there for Alexiel to maybe save a run.
Had a couple of those balls in the gap earlier today that actually got down. Both of them were for Fremont. Good to see the wind hold that up a little bit. Inside, and ball 1 to Carson Burnett. Burnett, another guy hitless today in those, missing out on those 10 hits for Fremont. He has struck out twice, popped out, and walked. So 0 for 3. Hanna pumps it in, ground ball to Morales, just inside the bag. It's a fair ball. He throws a long throw to second, and Vega holds the bag for the out. That one, that's a photo finish there. Vega keeping that tiny foot, part of the foot on, doesn't have tiny feet, the tiny part of the foot, whatever you want to say. He barely kept his foot on the bag there for the outs.
I know you interviewed him yesterday, but I didn't know shoe size came up. That's
It did not.
Oh, yeah.
I swear.
Great play. That was really good to get the lead runner. Another solid throw from Dino Morales.
Exactly. With Morales going away from first base, I mean, that's the shortest throw, but again, that runner at first has a head start. How about the wherewithal from Morales to make that play over at second base to erase the leadoff runner? Espinoza forced out. Burnett trades places with him at first. Now 2 outs. Pitch number 2 down low to Isaac Bonner. Bonner, the difference maker in the game. So far, the 2 RBI single in the 5th inning gave the Fremont MOO the lead, and they have not relinquished it since. But that is just the only hit he has had, but Hanna has missed with 3 straight. Bonner has reached base all 4 times, has reached on 2 separate errors, a fielder's choice and the aforementioned single. Hanna's about to make his 69th pitch. It's in there for strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike. Oh yes, this is the beer batter. It's the 8th inning. This is usually about where the cutoff for the real beer batter is. So we'll see if Jason Frew and the Busters oblige. Well, they've got him back in the counts. Fouls it off. Bonner down. 3-2 counts. Runner at first. Burnett will get a head start on the pitch. Hanna brings it home. It's ball 4 downstairs. And it's a 2-out base runner for the Fremont MOO.
Really frustrating day against the beer batter. It's been, like I say, we've been pretty good at choosing beer batters, and even when the beer batter doesn't strike out, we've gotten him out. This night, not so much. It's been Bonner finding his way on base pretty much every time for the Fremont MOO.
That is now the 8th walk issued by Hastings pitchers. Fouling off the first pitch is Cole Fowler. 4 walks each for Dalton Juden and Michael Hanna now. So following up, like we mentioned, that 13-walk performance yesterday, if you can call it a performance for Sodbuster pitchers, with 8 more today. 0-1 pitch to Cole Fowler. Breaking ball bends just a bit too far outside. 1-1.
I think it was Fred Bond warming up for the Hastings Sodbusters earlier. Nobody warming now, so perhaps Fred is hot. He doesn't pitch very often, but may get his opportunity before this night is done.
1-1 pitch at the knees for strike 2. So theoretically, yeah, the less pitchers you use, the more options you have available. But then again, in the games tomorrow and Sunday, if somebody flubs and you have to take them out, then you have less options because you can't bring back somebody that's already pitched in this homestand because you ran up their pitch count too high. It's a double-edged sword, and it's just either way you look at it, there are cons to either approach.
But you've got a guy like Braden Cork who hasn't pitched in a while. You would think we'll see Jack Kruger sometime this weekend. Both of those guys have been dynamite.
Strike 3 called, breaking ball in the inside corner, and Cole Fowler caught looking. He has struck out for the 4th time today. He records the infamous golden sombrero. Love it. Sodbusters need some runs. They will try to get some in the bottom of the 8th. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Getting late at Duncan Field, but we appreciate you spending your Friday evening with us. Since you can't be at the ballpark, try our best to make it feel like you're right here at Duncan Field. A very, very long stretch of games, something we did not see last season or even come close to last season. I believe the longest stretch of straight games at home, at least, for the Sodbusters in a row was either 4 or 5 games, but we are set for 8 games here after Sunday is over. Finish this up tonight for the Prospects come in town for a 3-game series involving a doubleheader on Saturday. Yamato Sato on base with a leadoff base hit to left field. That's his first hit of the game and his 3rd time he's reached base.
Yeah, a couple of walks for him earlier on, and Sodbusters, they got their first 2 on in the 7th, could not score. Leadoff man on the 8th. Really need 1 or 2 here to give yourself a fighting chance in the 9th.
So still out on the mound is Luka Vukcevic, the New Zealand native. He struggled a bit in his opening inning in the 7th. But Sodbusters gifted him an out on the bases when Drew Vega was caught stealing. Sato with the leadoff single. It's Tyler Welsh, Hastings College product. And he takes strike 1 at the knees. Remember last year, Joel Skipper, towards the end of the season, just brought half of his spring roster just to give them some extra at-bats. We saw a lot of Sodbusters leave the team in the middle of the season. That really has not happened so far this year. Welsh fouls it off. Besides injuries, don't think we've had anybody just leave the team because they've not been getting enough playing time.
A lot of good chemistry on this team. Of course, it helps when you're winning. That's always a positive thing. It's a bunch of dudes who seem to really like each other.
I'll say, looking at the roster up and down, that one just misses. Welsh in the count. Now 2-2. Matthew Work, a South Dakota State guy, he had to head home for the season. He was battling a groin injury that we were told just would not get better, and rather than aggravate it and potentially jeopardize his chances at playing Division I baseball. Just figured, best to take the summer off, go get him in the fall, perhaps.
Guy who was the starting shortstop on opening night and had a hit for the Hastings Sodbusters. And we've seen Josh Printer play an excellent shortstop, but Scott Galusha loved that young man as a shortstop.
Scott, you just got to work your magic, get him back next season, right? Look out, that hits Welsh on a 2-2 pitch. That one square off the shoulder, and the first two are on in the 8th for the Busters.
And I mentioned the fact that the Hastings Sodbusters, get a 1 or 2 here. If you go ahead and get 4, that would be all right too. Just let's get 4 and get 3 outs and get out of here.
Now mound visit outs. It's going to be the head coach, Connor McGonigal. As coming up is Nathan Massar. We will see what he is facing, because they have made the call to the bullpen. Luka Vukcevic not able to get through 2 full innings of work as he is pulled after facing 2 batters here in the 8th inning. We'll be right back with the new Fremont pitcher.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
We've got a new MOO arm on the mound as Luka Vukcevic cannot complete the inning. They're going to turn to Theo Hughes, 6'5" right-hander out of Seward, Nebraska, and plays his college ball at Nebraska Wesleyan. The Prairie Wolf will be tasked with getting the 3 outs here in the 8th inning, as the first 2 have reached for the Sodbusters. Yamato Sato swung first pitch with a leadoff single, and Tyler Welsh was hit by a pitch. So those are your 2 base runners. And for Hughes, going to be making his 6th appearance. 7 innings so far this season. Last outing, it was just 2 days ago against Casper. But he only threw 16 pitches in that contest and only needed to get 1 out. It did take him 4 batters to get that 1 out. And he allowed 3 hits and 3 earned runs. So, a little bit of an anomaly outing for Hughes, as he was scoreless in his first 4 outings. Well, if you like the numbers and the trends, favor goes to the Sodbusters here.
Well, Casper's been doing that to everybody. The Spuds have outscored their opponents in their 21 games by 112 runs, 17-4 heading into today, and they swept that 2-game series with Fremont after Fremont had a late 3-1 lead on the Wednesday game.
For reference, the Sodbusters are 2nd in the Independence League, and they have scored only the 5th most runs in the Independence League. But then again, some other teams have played a few more games than Hastings. Showing bunts is Nathan Massar, and he fouls it off. So Massar, he is asked to bunt here. Apologize, we'll get you back to your screen there. Massar 0 for 3 on the day. A fly out to center, a ground ball out, and a strikeout. But I think this is definitely the right play here. Sacrifice yourself over and give Alexio Delgado and then your top of the order a chance. Takes high for ball 1. Good take. Seen the problem, can't say exactly how many, but it feels like this has been one of the weaknesses for the Sodbusters this year, is getting bunts down. Too many guys taking strikes on bunts or bunting foul on strike 2 and not being able to bunt for the next one. Massar, that one was close, but takes ball 2.
Fremont certainly wanted that one, maybe just off the outside part of the plate. Big moment in this one.
According to our flight scope, just a hair outside. Well, the call, according to our technology, was correct. Is Massar still bunting? He's not. He's swinging away, and he hits it to third, a diving play, and the third baseman, Isaac Bonner, gloves the base for the out. Heck of a play by Fremont there. Wow.
Just a tip of the hat. That was a foot from being a double, a run home. Instead, the leadoff man erased on a fielder's choice grounder, which looks so routine, but that is a high-level play from Isaac Bonner as he forces Sato. Welchon's up at second. Massar was robbed.
I didn't see Massar bunting, so maybe he wouldn't be, and he wasn't. Tip your hat to Isaac Bonner, playing in on the play, and made it. Still first and second, but now with one out, Alexiel Delgado would like to get a hit. By the way, Yamato Sato's leadoff single was just the first hit in a long while for the Sodbusters, and just their third overall in the contest. Their first hit since the fourth inning when Drew Vega had a one-out hit. Well, here's a time for the Sodbusters to string something together here against Theo Hughes. It's a 1-1 count to Alexiel Delgado. Welsh at second. That one shaves off an edge there. And it quite literally did. That one was a strike, according to our technology. And boy, just look at all these pitches and get the look from Connor, yes or no. And I would not be calling these correctly. Delgado goes down swinging on strikes. Excellent breaking ball for Theo Hughes.
First and second, nobody out in the seventh. First and second, nobody out in the eighth. And the Sodbusters again on the verge of squandering a chance as they'll go back to the top of the order.
Most of the guy you want at the plate right now, Vega swinging a hot bat, extending his hit streak to 7 games earlier this evening. And he lets that fastball go on the outside part of the plate for ball one. And that one very close as well. I mean, Theo Hughes is living on that outer part of the plate to the right-handed hitters this inning. Pitch to the right side. That's through for a base hit. Welsh will get the stop sign at third as the right fielder, Wyatt Yetter, gets to it quickly. The second hit of the game for Drew Vega loads the bases with 2 outs for Josh Printer.
Big chance here for Printer. He's had a couple of tough luck at bats where he drove it deep to left and center. Walked his last time up. Just don't try to do too much. Try to move the line here with the bases loaded and 2 men out.
Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves here, but the tying run is on base with 2 outs. Josh Printer, see what he can get done. First pitch from Hughes is high and away for ball one. Josh recorded a hit yesterday against Fremont after he was held hitless for his previous 4 contests. He has seen his average dip down to 232. 1-0, ground ball, foul towards the Buster dugout. Well, if the Sodbusters are turned away this inning, of course they still have the bottom of the 9th, as we are approaching 3 hours of game time and still have likely a full inning to play. Thank goodness it's Friday night, right, Steve?
You betcha.
Don't have to get up early for work tomorrow.
I'm giving blood at 7 o'clock. I don't know about you.
Okay, that is getting up early for work.
Yeah, that's all right. It's not work. It's a joy.
Working to save lives, that's what it is.
There you go.
Tip of the hat to you, Steve. Not wearing a hat, but I tip it to you.
Lay and watch movie for 2 hours, and they take my platelets and give my full blood back. It works.
2-1 is up high to Josh Printer, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike with no place to put Josh. If Josh can reach, Cale Jensen lurks on deck. Printer probably looking 1 pitch and 1 pitch only here, the heater. Here it comes. It is a heater, and Printer fouls it off. It was there. So now with a full count, bases loaded, the runners get a head start.
And why are we playing a 3-hour game? This will be the 322nd pitch of the contest.
Oh, man. Full counts, bases juiced, huge moment for both sides. This could decide the game. It's up the middle to the center field. It's through for a base hit. One run is in. Here comes the second run. It's in as well. Printer to second. We've got a one-run ball game. Josh Printer comes through with a clutch 2 RBI single. The Busters are within one. Can you believe it?
And the Sodbusters now are a hit away from taking the lead. That cutoff throw offline, that allowing Printer to take second. That's a huge course of events because now you've got great speed at second and third for Cale Jensen. And if he can just single one to the grass, Hastings could take its first lead since they led 2-0 after one.
It's more important that Josh took second base because that eliminates a potential force out at second and will require the infield to go to first on a grounder. So charge both of those runs to Vuksevich as Jensen swings over strike one. So Vuksevich's final line, an inning, 1 hit, 2 runs, 3 walks, and a strikeout. Tying run 90 feet away, the go-ahead run in scoring position. Here in the bottom of the 8th, Jensen watches strike 2. And that one really good. Starts on the outside part of the plate, drops in there. Jensen, the offensive category leader in all categories for Northeast Community College. Find the translation here. Jensen just gets a piece of it. Was way out in front of the breaking ball from Hughes, but somehow spoiled that pitch.
He's been battling it a bit since joining the Sodbusters. His 3 out of 26 coming into this plate appearance.
Jensen 0 for 4, looking for the big hit. Still down 0-2. In the turf. Catcher can't find it. Luckily, it's right under his feet. Grant Nodelman was spinning in circles for a second, but the Sodbusters will have to see another pitch to potentially tie this game. Josh Printer with a 2 RBI single just a moment ago to get this within 1. Jensen swings and misses for strike 3. Tough night for Cale Jensen at the plate, but the Sodbusters have their pulse going again. They still trail, but it is a much more manageable game. Hang a 0 here and give your offense a chance in the 9th. We go to the 9th. Fremont still up 5-4.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
Final call for Fremont here in the top of the 9th inning. Sodbusters will go to the bullpen for what we hope is the final time this evening. Xander Hardy will be called upon to get the final 3 outs of the inning. Xander making his 4th appearance today, all in relief. No record for Xander yet. Has given up 5 runs, 6 walks, 3 strikeouts, a 7.11 ERA in his appearances this spring. But momentum on the Sodbusters side right now after Josh Printer sends a jolt into Duncan Field. And we will have Fremont's order coming up in 9-1-2 against Xander Hardy.
Tip of the hat to Michael Hanu. Battled his way through 3 2/3 innings, allowing no runs on 4 hits. He walked 4, but struck out 5. Battled through some tough situations, but helping his team stay in the game to give them a chance to come back. And now, if Hardy can do the same, maybe an opportunity to steal one late from the Fremont MOO.
What a comeback it would be, but don't count your chickens before they hatch, folks. Still got to hang a 0 and keep this game manageable here. Hunter Snyder. And showing bunts, getting it down. Xander falls down, and he's going to have to put it in his back hot pocket. Well, the banana peel found Xander Hardy, and that will be a leadoff base runner for Fremont.
And I don't know if you get him, even if he is able to get his feet set. Hunter Snyder, tremendous speed down that first base line, and a big insurance run out there for the Fremont MOO with the top of the order coming up.
Oh, they will rule that an infield single, and the 11th hit for Fremont in the contest. Back to the top of the order in Josh Blunt. Throw over to first. That one almost getting away. Josh Blunt led off the game with a double, has been hitless since. Has struck out, grounded out, walked, and reached on a fielder's choice. 1 for 4 on today's contest. Showing bunt. It gets away from Nathan Massar, and they appear that the batter, Blunt, pulled it back in time. That'll be ball 1. If Blunt did pull it back, it was at the last second. Now another MOO trying to come home here in the 9th inning. Single and a wild pitch as Fremont threatening. Blunt with the 1-0. He's still being asked to bunt, and he bunts it foul. And that one not too far away from perhaps being caught. Sodbusters have not made any defensive changes for their last half inning. Been the same 9 guys all night. That's what we've seen Joel Skipper do pretty well. Doesn't really make defensive replacements late in games or pinch hitters, unless the games are well out of hand. 1-1 is way high to Josh Blunt. Sodbusters trying to find a way. Done it before this week against the Plainsmen. They were down by 3 runs in the last 2 innings, found a way to come back. Down by Fremont, 3 runs in the late innings. Find a way to come back. That breaking ball stays high for ball 3. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike. First base is open, and time is called. Joel Skipper gonna trot out to the mound mid at bats. Do have action in the bullpen. The right-hander is warming. So we'll have to see how short of the leash Xander Hardy's is. But again, a 3-1 count. Joel Skipper needs to talk things over with his 9th inning reliever.
Kind of wondered if we'd see this guy, Braden Cork, if the Sodbusters would have gotten 2 more runs or gotten it tied. You may have seen Cork try to come out there in the 9th. He is warming up now for the Hastings Sodbusters. Been an outstanding reliever with a 1-0 record, 3 saves, and a 1.32 ERA. In a perfect world, you would have brought him in the 9th with a 6-5 lead. Now may be asked to come in to try to keep it a 1-run game if Hardy can't get this guy out.
Can only ask for so much. But you would have liked to see Braden come on in a safe situation, like you mentioned, but also 2 games tomorrow to see Braden as well, especially you want to use him in more of a higher leverage situation. Obviously, this is a high leverage situation, but traditionally a closer by trade as Josh Blunt works the walk. It's 2 on with nobody out, but does set up a couple of spots for a double play, and Joel Skipper's seen enough. 2 batters in. Xander Hardy, his night is done. He allows a single and a walk, perhaps kind of a matchup guy, because he was facing 2 lefties, and now with a right-hander coming up, they're going to go to the right-hander. We'll be right back with Braden Cork coming in.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to hastingssodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
New pitcher on the mound for the Sodbusters. Just 2 batters into this 9th inning. Joel Skipper using Xander Hardy as a matchup guy. He could not retire either lefty that he faced, and now they bring on the right-hander. The flamethrower and traditional closer of this team, Braden Cork. The Northeast Community College Hawk will be... He's going to try and keep this a 1-run game and give the Busters a chance in the 9th, Steve.
1-0, 3 saves, a 1.32 ERA. He's been great, making his 8th appearance. That will be one of the top appearance totals of the year for this Sodbuster squad, matching Creighton Jacobitz. But Cork allowing only 4 runs, 2 of those earned. He's allowed 15 hits. He struck out 25 and walked 10. And he is very much a baseball guy. His dad was the longtime coach at Millard North, and Braden actually had a chance to pitch in Coach Cork's 400th win. So really neat moment that he had a chance to share with his dad. And now on to Northeast Community College, where he had a 1-0 record at a 5.74 ERA in the spring. He says he'll do what needs to be done. He can start, he can long relief, and here he's called upon to try to put a 0 on the board in a tough situation to give Hastings a fighting chance heading into the bottom of the 9th with a 5-4 game here at Duncan Field.
Well, Braden Cork making the appearance out of the bullpen. He has gone more than an inning in his past 4 appearances. And unless this one goes 2 extras, no chance to do that quite yet. But the task at hand, 3 outs with runners at first and second. With nobody out, Wyatt Yetter, the right-hander, bats. He's had an excellent day. And they try and pick off to second. Trying to sniff out a potential play by Fremont, which was not on, at least not on yet. Wyatt Yetter just 6 hits on the summer season so far, coming into the game, but has 2 tonight. Sato at first base, and there is the bunt. And it is fouled off. Yamato Sato at first base was playing in on the grass, getting ready to field a potential bunt. I mean, traditionally you say this is a normal and a usual and very profitable play for a lot of offenses. See the Sodbusters use the first and second bunt with nobody outs in situations like this. Uh-oh, they got the runner hung up, and he's going to get to third. Oh, not really hung up, but caught in between, and Nathan Massar snap throws down to second, and that might have been a designed play right there because Hunter Snyder, the second Massar threw it, took off for third.
And he can flat fly, and that throw is offline. Printer just had to knock it down, otherwise it would have been a run on the board. And now what do you do? But the runners at the corners, is he still bunting just to try to do a little safety squeeze here?
He's not. He's swinging away and missing at the slider from Cork. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Braden Cork, pretty big arsenal. Throws both seams of fastballs. A curveball, a slider, and a changeup. He's got Wyatt Yetter down in the count 1-2. And now he's got him out. Excellent slider into the turf. Yetter chases and a big first out.
Still an opportunity, though, with a runner at first and a runner at third and only 1 man out and a tremendous speed at third. If you're ever going to have a a suicide, it's probably with a guy like Hunter Snyder over at third base if you feel like Cooper Fucino can get bat on ball, although he's one of the better hitters on this team. So wheels are turning on both sides.
Fucino, the best average of Fremont starters this season, and he has 2 hits tonight. Runner on the move, and Massar will concede the base. And the pitch just missed for a ball. That one appeared to be just a little bit low. Now second and third with 1 out. Takes away the force at second. So the infield creeps in. And they're playing Cooper Fucino to pull on the left-handed side. Printer and Morales are almost right next to each other on the left side. Pitch is down low for ball 2. Yeah, if you look at the left side, you see the umpire, and at second base, Josh Blunt. Huge hole right there. Very interesting defensive alignment for the Sodbusters. 2-0 pitch to Fucino, who swings and misses. Went to the hook, 2-1. Well, it's now 2-1, went to the hook, 2-0. Fucino obviously sitting fastball there, misses. That'll throw your brain for a loop a little bit. 2-1 pitch from Braden Cork. Breaking ball, finds the inside corner for strike 2. Well, 2 strikes. Strikeout would be ginormous. What does Cork come up with here? He's got plenty of pitches to select from. Fast, yeah, swing and a miss. They say he did not tag him. Massar's got to throw it down, and he's off the base and safe. Massar is saying he tagged him, and the home plate umpire, Gary Hall, says, no, you did not tag him.
Oh, man.
And Fucino is safe at first base.
Get exactly what you want. They get the strikeout, and Massar convinced he made the tag, and so by the time he got the ruling that he didn't, he tried to throw down. It was a little bit wild. Sato couldn't get it. So just what Hastings wanted. They get the strikeout. They can't complete it. Probably fortunate that Snyder didn't come on home on that play, and now extra pitches have to be thrown here for Cork. The good news is the bases are loaded. Still a double play away from getting out of this.
It's popped into the air to right field. This will not be deep enough to get the run home, and making the catch. Massar, oh goodness, what a block by Massar. The throw came all the way through. Jensen makes the catch. If that throw relay home gets away from Massar, another run scores. Down to a knee, no fear on the gun from Cale Jensen to block it down. Can't tell you and emphasize enough how important that is right there when you miss the cutoff man.
And how about the bounce back from Braden Cork to get the next man out on the first pitch, and he still has a chance to get out of this with no damage done.
It'll be up to Grant Nodelman. Cork throws ball 1 downstairs. That is just the 11th pitch. And this is the 4th batter that Cork has faced. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Threw him the hook, got the call, strike 1. Looking ahead to the Sodbuster 9th, they've got Dino Morales, Ryan Jarvis, and Yamato Sato due up. Pitch too high for ball 2. And we have seen it all here this week at Duncan Field. Tonight's highlights: controversial drop 3rd strike call at home plate. But it does not come back to bite the Busters. Line drive right at Drew Vega, who snags it. The magician work by Sodbuster pitchers tonight is unreal. Braden Cork gets out of the bases loaded jam, but Fremont still does have the 1-run lead. Sodbusters need 1 to keep this game going, 2 to win it.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back, or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil. Tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris. Plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
Ninth inning, last call for the Sodbusters. They're pumping it up. Look at that synchronized form down there. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're a little off there, but that stretch there. Led by Kyle Hiltbrand at the front of the train there, pumping it up, trying to get the Sodbusters to rally here in this bottom of the ninth inning. This wouldn't have been the case here. Obviously not as big of a chance if Josh Printer doesn't come home or come through with a clutch 2 RBI base hit in the 8th inning. It's back out to Theo Hughes, and home plate umpire Gary Hill has to tell Fremont to get off the dugout and pumping it up. Fremont's too pumped up right now. Everybody's pumped up here at Duncan Field. Theo Hughes still back out there. Dino Morales takes strike 1. Hughes came on in the last inning and had to face 5 batters before he was able to get the 3 outs he was assigned to. Morales fouls it off, and he's now down to the count 0-2. Morales 0 for 2 with 2 walks. He has scored 1 of the 4 Buster runs. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And there's the tag there by catcher Grant Nottleman to complete the strikeout for out number 1.
Big first out. Love to get that leadoff man aboard. Gives you so many more options. Now they're going to have to do it the hard way.
Well, Fremont will now have 2 outs left to get. Theo Hughes gets the strikeouts for out number 1. Ryan Jarvis bats. He has one of the 5 Sodbuster hits. Grounds it to the right side. The second baseman, Hunter Snyder, is there, and it's a bad throw. And it gets into the dugouts.
Wow.
So Ryan Jarvis gets not only a free base at first, but a free base at second. That's the game-tying run. Oh, man, Hunter Snyder had plenty of time and just, don't know, didn't make the play. An E4 gives the Sodbusters life here. And it's Yamato Sato, who swung first pitch in his last at-bat and singled to left field. Outfield, is playing rather shallow. They don't think Yamato Sato can hit one over their heads. And if he does get it into the outfield, then they likely do not let Jarvis score from second base. Sato still waiting for his first pitch from Theo Hughes. Jarvis drawing a lot of attention from him, and Sato swings at first pitch and fouls it back.
To say this is not a pretty game, maybe putting it lightly, that was error number 8 committed by these 2 teams today.
4 errors each, so it has been equally sloppy by both teams. Walks have reared its ugly head again. Way too many walks for both teams. Somehow, Sodbusters have a chance as Yamato Sato swings at ball 1 there at a pitch that was way up and in. No balls and 2 strikes. The kid from Japan, I mean, if I were him, I would want to be the hero too. He wants to get this game tied. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. 3 pitches, and Sato goes down on strikes.
See if Tyler Welch can keep this game going right here for the Hastings Sodbusters. He's generally got a pretty good eye, but it may be coming opportunity to put a pinch runner out there. They're going to run Kyle Hiltbrand, a little more speed than Ryan Jarvis. So wheels are turning a little bit here. You get a hit to the outfield. Maybe it's a better chance to get Hiltbrand home.
Well, don't remember Ryan Jarvis being the slowest.
No.
But Kyle Hiltbrand, an everyday right fielder, he does have a good sprint speed. Tyler Welsh, the final hope for the Sodbusters, who have the game-tying run in scoring position. First pitch from Hughes is outside and low for ball 1. Welsh still yet to record a hit today, but he has reached base safely in his last 3 plate appearances, with a walk, a fielder's choice, and a hit by pitch. Welsh had a big double the other day to drive home a run. Down low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Crowd very collectively holding its breath here. Welsh for the 2-0. It's outside for ball 3. Theo Hughes, the pitcher, kind of tilts his head thinking maybe he could have gotten that call. Now 3-0. You got to assume the take sign is on here with first base open. But if it's right in the wheelhouse, could argue for a green light here. It's ball 4, just a bit low. A 4-pitch walk to Tyler Welsh. It's first and second with 2 outs. And here comes Nathan Massar.
Welch has shown tremendous patience at the plate. Every time I see him, it seems like he's getting walked, he's getting hit by a pitch. Keep that train moving, and now the winning run is at first base with the tying run at second. And here comes the head coach, Joel Skipper, down the line. Do you pinch hit here, or are they going to perhaps put another pinch runner in to try to get a little more speed on the bases? It looks like they are going to run for Welsh.
They are going to run for Welsh. Designated hitter, you got plenty of more of those on the bench that can come in if this game does go to extras. Jackson Crane will run. Maybe wondering, why is Jackson Crane not in the lineup after his 4-hit game? Well, he's been battling some wrist soreness. Wanted to get them the night off, and he's being called upon to run. He represents the potential winning run on base. Nathan Massar 0 for 4 today. He battles against Theo Hughes. That one spiked way down low. That is 5 straight misses for Theo Hughes. Can't really tell from our vantage point, but it doesn't look like anybody is up in the Fremont bullpen. Just 1 out to get for the save for Theo Hughes. Hiltbrand, the pinch runner, at second. Ball 2. Nathan Massar being patient. I don't wonder if going to be taken until we get a strike. Massar getting the catching job today. Has a chance here. He unloads and misses on the big strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Good pitch to swing at right there. Comes up empty. Hughes comes set at the belt. Time called by Massar. He steps out. We're almost at 10 o'clock here local time. This is a game that started just before, right after 6:30, so well over 3 hours of game time here at Duncan Field. 2-1 right there for strike 2, and Massar knew it. He is uttering some words under his breath, wondering why he didn't swing at that. 2-2 pitch. Final strike for the Sodbusters. Theo Hughes 1 strike away from slamming the door. He does. Swing and a miss. Massar goes down on the breaking ball, and that is the final out of the game. Fremont takes both games of this 2-game series. It was close. The Sodbusters fall just short here and lose their 2nd straight game at home for the first time this season. What a ball game. It was a long one, but you cannot say that one was not entertaining. A 5-4 finish. Fremont back in the win column again for their 2nd straight win. The Sodbusters lose, and Fremont will enjoy the rest of the weekend off. We'll tell you about this one right after this.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Final score, the Sodbusters fall just one run short, as it was so close, and a game that the Sodbusters really weren't a part of for quite a while in this game, but they battled back late, got those two big runs in the 8th inning, but ultimately fell just a run short. 5-4, your final score. I'm Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein, bringing you through the post game. We'll hear from Joel Skipper in just a few moments here. But for a Sodbuster team that had been so good at home, they dropped their second straight at home and dropped the series to Fremont, and that gives Fremont now the season series on the season rather. So Fremont with 3 wins, and the Sodbusters now with just 2 wins. Got a new face in the booth. Welcome, Danny Weiser up here, assistant coach for the Hastings Sodbusters with his first season, a chance to get a news perspective. So we had to hear from Danny here. I mean, 5-4 ball game right to the end. Just initial impressions about this game.
Oh man, I mean, tough loss. I definitely thought we could have played a lot better, but at the same time, man, I mean, this is what makes this group of guys so special, is we know we're getting a hard 9 innings out of them. No matter if they've been down or if they've been up, offense is struggling, they're there, and they're playing hard for 9 innings. It makes it easy to coach, and it makes it a great team to be around. And tonight it just came down to a play or two, and simple as that. It's back-to-back tough losses to them, obviously, but I'm proud of the way our pitchers came through and battled in tough spots when they're – I mean, I don't know how many times we got out of a base-loaded jam today. You know?
At least 2, maybe not 3.
At least 2, yeah. And in the offense, man, we're just missing a key hit, but we'll be all right. Just got to get back to work, get grinding in practice, and see some different things through.
And the mentality it takes to be able to do that in terms of, you get an error committed behind you, some wacky play happens. Talk a little about the mentality it takes for a pitcher to go out and make that next pitch and not let it get away.
Yeah, and that's something I preach to a lot of our guys and a lot of our pitchers, is just living pitch by pitch. And that's something very, very difficult. And I give caps off to Dalton. I give caps off to Michael all day long. I mean, that he was a rock up there. You wouldn't know if he was behind 3-0, 2-0, up 1-2, 0-2. I mean, and that's what we need from those guys, and that's a great sign for a young man and a great pitcher.
And you mentioned you're just kind of one pitch away, one hit away, just specifically just overall approach on the mound or the plate. Just what was that little thing that you think was going wrong for the guys in those one pitch away situations?
I think we just got a little bit too excited in the box. I think we were just a little bit too excited on some off speed. And I think we just got to shorten up our approaches a bit and be more aggressive early in counts when we get the fastball. Because, I mean, caps off to their pitcher, too. That was one of the grossest splitters I've seen in a long time.
Oh, man.
I mean, guys have got exploding stuff, but I believe we can make the adjustment and be better.
A lot of good things to talk about. Braden Cork coming in. I know, was there kind of debate, okay, do we use him in a non-save situation, but we want to keep it a one-run game? Talk about the mentality of bringing him in when you did.
That was pretty just easy decision for us. I mean, Cork has been one of our lockdown guys all season, and we wanted to keep the game close, and we had to give our offense a shot to win. And I'll put Cork in any situation, and I expect him to get a 0. I think that's the type of guy he is. It's how he carries himself. And I think Hardy did a great job tonight, too. I mean, unfortunate play slipping on the turf. It happens, but I think he's working hard, and we're going to be getting back on Sunday with him.
So this is your 5th game in a row, 5th day at home, and you still got 2 more tomorrow and 1 on Sunday. Just talk about how is the charisma and the stamina for the guys been this week? It's probably really exhausting. Just how have they battled that test of playing every day for the last 5 days?
I think they've been battling it pretty well. I think they've been handling it pretty well. Obviously, it's a long, long week, and I know a lot of the guys are dragging a bit, but I think we've been doing a really good job with the pitchers of making sure they're not burning themselves out, and we still got plenty of arms left for the weekend. And I think the position guys, man, they're grinders. Simple as that. They when they show up to practice, they don't complain a bit. They're at working their tails off every single day.
And like you mentioned, you just said you got a lot of innings from Hannah there, who hadn't pitched traditionally more than 1 inning. So you do feel that you guys are appropriate. You got enough arms for the final 2 games in this long stretch.
Yes, we do. And a big game for Hannah today. Glad to see him finally get a longer appearance now, and I'm proud of him. Proud of the way he threw today.
Excellent. Appreciate it, Danny. Appreciate you coming up, and good to meet you. We'll see you at some other point of the season. That's Danny Weiser, assistant coach, and by golly, Danny, he was just playing for Joel Skipper in the spring at Hastings College baseball, and super cool to get him an opportunity as an assistant coach here. But with the loss, the Sodbusters officially cannot win the first half Independence League title. We were looking for a Casper score, but it appears that they have not started. No updates on their social media, so perhaps them and the Plainsmen have gotten rained out, but still with the now 3.5 game lead for Casper, the Sodbusters are out of contention, and they'll have to battle back in the second half. I mean, it's a big blow for a team that really looked good, that won 6 in a row, that won 9 of 10, and appeared to be poised to maybe take over Casper, but just the last 2 days, the walks, the hit batters, the errors, especially today, the errors, my goodness. 4 errors for both sides, just sloppy baseball, just doesn't go rewarded, and unfortunately, Sodbusters lose it tonight when they probably should have lost by a lot more.
Yep. Sodbusters 4 runs, 5 hits, a multi-hit game for Drew Vegas. He does it again, 2 for 4 for him. And as far as the pitching goes, you had guys battling through tough situations throughout the course of this day. Dalton Juden goes 4 1/3 innings, allows 5 runs on 6 hits, strikes out 7, walks 4. Michael Hanna, really good job, 3 2/3 innings, no runs, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, 4 walks. Xander Hardy faced 2 batters, and then Braden Cork basically getting 4 outs. He struck out a guy that was ended up being a wild pitch, reached, came back still with the bases loaded, 1 out, and survived that with no damage done as Braden Cork gets a couple of strikeouts. 14 strikeouts for the pitchers today, but 9 walks to go along with that. And you mentioned the 4 errors behind. Making your pitchers throw more than you needed to throw, really a big key in this one. And got to also salute a few of the Fremont guys. They had really been struggling offensively, but they come up with 5 runs on 11 hits. Steven Espinoza, 3-hit ball game. Cooper Ficino had 2 hits. Wyatt Yetter with 2 hits. And their winning pitcher is their starter, Logan Anderson, who works the first 6. No runs, 2 hits. Felt like the Sodbusters could have got Luka Vukcevic, but they just had a couple of mistakes there. He goes 1 inning, allows 1 hit, 2 runs, and then Theo Hughes coming on to pick up a hard-earned save for that team. A game which featured 365 pitches, 199 of them thrown by the Hastings Sodbusters.
Yeah, and you hear of the guys that throw complete games or maybe a combined shutout or no-hitter that maybe take just over 100 pitches, but that's double the amount, and that's not going to win you too many games. Well, those are your final numbers here, and I mean, we're going to be back tomorrow like we have been for the past 5 days. The Sodbuster stretch continues. Doubleheader tomorrow, 2 for the price of 1. If you're in the area, as we always tell you, come on out. It could be a perfect opportunity to watch 2 Sodbuster games. They welcome the Nebraska Prospects back into town. The Prospects not have been the best team like we saw them last year. This has just been a completely different Independence League this year. If you thought you know anything about if you saw games last year and haven't seen it this year, throw that out the window, come down and see for yourself just how different this is. Prospects just 4-8 on the season so far, and the Sodbusters have been victorious against them early and often. Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein, appreciate Connor and Noah running the numbers and keeping track of everything else next door. It's going to be a 6 p.m. start time tomorrow, before I forget. 6 p.m., 2 7-inning games here at Duncan Field. And then, of course, we'll see you Sunday for the last game of the Independence League. Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein, signing off at just past 10 p.m. So we appreciate you sticking with us all this time, and go enjoy the rest of your Friday night.
Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Get the ultimate fan experience at a Hastings Sodbuster game this summer. Enjoy high-level collegiate summer wood bat baseball at the beautiful and historic Duncan Field in Hastings. Baseball and a whole lot more. Affordable family fun. That's what the Sodbusters and the Independence League are all about. Sodbuster Baseball. It's your team.
Catch the spirit